Wisconsin!
Give it to me right now, like it's... Fuck, man. I started out in fucking shock right here, man. This is a matching fucking pendant for my fucking Puffco Peak by Enuff Glass, dog. I'm gonna just go ahead and start it off with a round of applause, man.
Yeah, for that.
Hell yeah, man. This is hard, man. Talking about this shit. It's like a fucking T-Rex's jawline. Like in low key, like people be like, oh, it's artsy, but if you get in a situation, you know, where you gotta go ahead and use it, you can also
have somebody in the neck with that shit.
I think that's the thing about fucking, like, you know, as a fucking man, you always turn everything into a weapon. Or you're like, hey, this, you know what? If I was in danger, hey, I could gauge some, what is it, gauge or gouge somebody's eye out?
Somebody's
fucking eye out. Somebody's out. Yeah, by the way, yeah, okay, it is another, in case you haven't figured out, it's another episode of the We Don't Smoke the Same show. We're the only show that merges the different shows in B-Real TV. Like, you know how when they do crossovers in animation?
Integrating every other show with each other.
Yeah, like, you know, the Jetsons visited the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And like
Simpsons fucking Family Guy.
Yeah, Family Guy visited the Simpsons. We do that shit in real life with all of our other stoner shows, man. But, hey, by the way, before we get any further into the fucking We Don't Smoke the Same show, today's show has been brought to you by many sponsors, in case you have not figured it out. But listen, every fucking week, back to back, we're always fucking smoking on this specifically. Look at they're smoking on it upstairs. Let me light this shit up, man. Every time, hey, turn the soundboard up. Every time we're fucking smoking over here.
Turn it up, Razu.
Razu's sleeping up there.
Nah, Razu's buzzing up there, bro, because I sent some shit up there.
Oh, really? That's why he's happy?
Yeah, he's happy. And then to top it off.
don't see nothing up here. Seen.
Well, I mean, Ray fucking gypped you guys, but
There's a fucking cigar up here, but I was about to spark it.
come get a
but
fucking
we can't-
Bzzt then. But
we can't
yeah,
smoke
spark that
cigars.
Cohiba, bitch.
We can't smoke Cohibas
spark that
in
fucking
here.
Cohiba.
I can't
Anyway,
smoke a
but yeah,
Cohiba
before we
in the
fucking keep on
treehouse.
going,
It's like smoking
shout out-
10 cigarettes in the treehouse.
You know what, Raz, dude? If you want to come get a fucking backwood, come down here and smoke one of these Bzzt woods. But hey, before we go on any further, shout out to our fucking sponsors over here. Today's show has been brought to you by fucking Bzzt Collective, Bzzt _Collective. Also, Traveling High Concentrates. Shout out to Mrs. Traveling High for coming in here and hooking it up. It's also been sponsored by Wax _Pervert. You know, making some of the best THCA and Invader Extracts.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, it's like the fucking Last Supper up here, bro, for fucking
you know,
stoners. Holy shit.
This is gonna keep on fucking growing. Look at that
Jesus
slab.
Christ.
Who's that slab by? Invader? Yep.
Haters.
Yeah, there it is. Invader invaded this fucking show, and he is up here straight up.
Yeah.
Like
He invaded the fucking
he
table right now,
invaded
bro.
the table.
Holy
We have a
shit.
lot of different shit. Hey, by the way, feel free to spark up anything on the table or take a dab, bro.
God
I have
damn.
my famous, my fucking Instagram famous attachment here, bro. A lot of people, I was like, not
famous?
even fucking, hell yeah, bro. I should have made an Instagram just for that Puffco Peak attachment.
Show it around the world and
Yeah,
shit. Take
like-
pictures in front of like monuments and shit.
Just because people were like, yo, how much is that one for sale? Like, everybody's hitting that one. You know, Be Real, Felipe.
Like a slut.
Yeah, it's
like
like
a
a
real
slut.
Instagram
Like a whore.
famous bitch.
Yeah, it's like a slut piece, but like
Real
this,
Insta fame.
But it's like taking a stripper to church, bro. Like everybody's like, you know what I mean? Everybody's gonna look at her. Everybody's gonna think what it's like to bang her, but nobody's gonna say it. You know? That's what I'm saying. They're not gonna call her a slut, but they're all like, you know what? I wonder what that's like.
What it's
That's
like.
what
I
it
need
is.
to get one. That shit's hard as fuck though.
Yeah, this is Enuff Glass. He's one of our guests on here, but we also have
yeah.
a fucking we have a comedian, bro. And this guy right here, bro. Some of you guys have been hearing about this guy through other comedians before you even knew or even fucking heard about Martin himself. And I'm talking about Martin Moreno up in the house, you know, from the Yo 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 podcast. He's also, once again, he is also, like I said, a comedian. So you guys might have definitely seen him do some stand-up with some of your other favorite comedians.
I have.
Yep. And he's just one of those dudes, man. He's like, I would say, like, he's kind of like, you remember that dude from last 70 shows? Tommy Chong? With
his character.
with Leo, with like Leo. But like, are you familiar with that character, Martin? Yeah, but in that 70 shows, Leo, yes, if you had a vest on, you would kill it right now. Like,
he's like a walking incarnation of Tommy Chong right now. Just
like,
look at him. He's got the Rick and Morty sweater on. Is that Grateful
Yeah,
Dead
he
on his
does,
shirt? What is
man.
that? Mexico? What is that?
Yeah, man, it is another Thursday. By the way, shout out to Martin for bringing the beers. Yeah, man, what's been going on, man? Sheiky, are you still on edge because the Dodgers are fucking disappointing you?
Gotta win fucking 5 more for me to be happy for real.
But are you? The thing is, are you gonna keep your promise? Because you said
Yes, bro. If they win it all, I'm gonna get fucked up.
Like you said, not just fucked up. Like
I'm gonna get fucking blacked out, fucked up. Nah, I don't know.
No. You can't
know.
fucking take that shit
Nah, I
back,
don't
dude.
know.
You fucking said if I'm not mistaken, you said it here. You're like
drugs and alcohol.
It's
I'm
like-
gonna
it-
fucking party. Is all
You gonna
I'm
party?
say. I'm gonna party.
you're gonna go drive around the stadium and do circles.
Whatever happens, happens that day.
Hey, by the way,
shit.
listen, man. If you guys don't know, like, okay, Sheiky is a big baseball fan or a sports fan in general. And the other day, I was getting high and drinking beer with Ray, and we were browsing through movies, and we seen this shit called The Fan. I'm a big fan of fucking Robert De Niro.
I watched it last night.
Like,
What the fuck are you talking about? Clue me in. I don't know what
Oh,
you're
you
talking about.
have you not seen The Fan?
I have not.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I've
this
seen
I
it
have
like
not.
1,000 times, but I watched it again last night.
Bro, so this movie, okay, it's the weirdest role you'll ever see Robert De Niro do. So Robert De Niro plays an obsessive baseball fan
Okay.
who obsesses over like the guy who plays for the Giants, right? And the guy is played by Wesley Snipes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so it's Wesley Snipes and Robert De Niro in this movie, which is like already odd as fuck. And Robert De Niro is one of those guys that's like, come on, you should have fucking do this. I told you to fucking, like he's never gonna fucking make. He knows everything. He sounds like Sheiky when it's baseball, bro. And he's over here just telling him like, nope, you need to make these changes. You got to make a sacrifice and all this shit. So somewhere along in the movie, they give away that Wesley Snipes fucking number to another player, and Robert De Niro's like, fuck, this is the reason Wesley Snipes ain't getting no hits. Like no hits. So what does fucking Robert De Niro fucking do? He fucking he kills the other player they gave the fucking number to. Yes. Yeah, but yes,
What
played
the
by Benito,
fuck?
played by fucking Sicario. Fucking
Yo, how
Benicio
the fuck have I not heard about this?
Yes,
is this old or what the fuck?
Bro,
I have no clue about
this is the
fucking
weirdest
thing.
movie you will ever see. These three people in this fucking in all in one film. So he kills Benito del Toro, right? He fucking kills him and then he has the number tatted on him.
Branded.
Yeah,
like a fucking cow.
Yeah, like a cow branded. So this motherfucker carves it out. Robert De Niro, right? He carves it out. And then he starts setting up all these fucking play the fucking thing. Hopefully we don't get flagged.
And Bobby Rayburn.
In the game of life,
Come on, bring it, baby.
some are chosen for greatness,
I think I remember this.
while others can only watch.
Hey, Bobby!
Hey, Bobby! Fuck
Bobby
you!
Rayburn was San Francisco's brightest star.
He is a scumbag dad though in that movie though, right?
Was,
But to
dog.
one fan, he meant so much more.
Let's do some fucking strikes. This is Little
Like,
League.
this is how big like he obsesses over him, bro. Like he's like, yo, like
Scared of you, Gil. Who never stopped believing.
Robert De Niro has never played such a cringy fucking role.
Go easy on him. You're letting the bat swing him. Hey, Alex, send your head into
Like
the
this, if
outfield.
Sheiky had a little league fucking
Always
a
watching.
kid in little league, he like,
Fuck yeah, bro.
That's a brief glimpse into the future right there.
Waiting
bro.
to be a part
Like he
of
sets
his
this up,
life.
bro. He sets up the fucking the drowning thing, and he saves Wesley Snipes' kid just so he can get in touch with Wesley Snipes. And the fucked up part is that this fool tells him, he's like, "Oh, how did you get better? I just stopped caring."
That threw him over.
And that's
over
what
the
made him
fucking-
blow up, bro.
yeah.
That the fact that his hero, his baseball
Didn't
hero,
give a
flip
fuck.
out.
didn't give a fuck. This is like
Shit.
This is like if all those players that Sheiky talk shit about hit him up and they're like, "You're right. I don't give a fuck. I get paid, bitch."
Fucking real crazy shit about this guy, dog. He would talk about his fucking childhood catcher that he played with when he was like 10 years old or something. He'd be like, the greatest fucking player I ever played with, Coop. And the fucking, it was like when they're 10 years old and shit. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that movie is a trip. If anybody hasn't seen The Fan out there, you're fucking missing out. By the way, let's fucking start taking get a roll dabs here. Get some of that shatter or whatever you want. We have Invader Crumble Sugar, whatever it is. We have
Sheiky's the only one not fucking smoking
yeah.
up here, so
Here,
he's got
he has to take a dab. Fucking
Yeah,
give him a
fucking
dab.
give it
Like,
to me,
fucked
dog.
the sponsors want to see us smoke our shit, dog.
not just look at it.
Yeah, like my
Not
other
just
peak
fucking
is,
look at it.
my other peak is in the fucking.
I noticed your one peak light. I was about to say, like, usually you got the backup for the backup, but
I do got I usually do have the backup, but it's in the car. I didn't take it out.
Herb Cat over there?
Yeah, got. Yeah, but this movie is pretty cringy, dog, and it's one of those things where it made me look at Robert De Niro a little bit different. Like, you know,
I know what the fuck I'm watching tonight. I'm gonna get
You're
fucking baked.
just
gonna-
I'm gonna
you're
watch that shit.
you're gonna be like a little bit freaked out in a sense, bro. Like, cause like, are
You're
you?
like, oh yeah, that's Sheiky.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm not gonna be
Except I
freaked
wouldn't
out.
go that fucking far.
I'm not gonna be that fucking freaked
I mean, dude, like Robert didn't.
Come on, I gotta talk to this guy, bro. This is the homie over here, and I don't think I'll be shocked.
Like
I
Robert
wanna
De
see
Niro
this
is
shit.
like how Vinny is passionate about propane. like in that movie, bro.
Oh,
that is how fucking passionate he is about propane.
Wow,
dog.
speaking of the devil, dog, what do? You say his name and he fucking calls me, dog.
Yeah, bro. He's
Bro. What the fuck you talking about me?
You're fucking talking about me, Danny.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, he trips out. Anyways, man, what aren't you in a softball final, Sheik?
No, it's not. It's real baseball now, fool.
It's real
Yeah, I
baseball.
don't play softball no more.
You don't play softball no more, but
How
Why
come
you
you
gotta
never
say it
invite
like
us
that,
to your
dog?
games, you
Well,
dick?
You
bro,
say it like in a fucking demeaning manner.
I just
Like, oh, you got a softball final,
He's-
asshole?
well, you were talking about that you guys made it, bro.
Did.
Yeah, see, that's
We
why I had
play
to
this.
ask.
We play this Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good luck, fucking asshole. You getting kidnapped the best player set?
I'm gonna kidnap the umpire, bro. If we don't win the fucking Sunday League title.
Yeah, you know, after seeing that fucking movie, it's kind of weird, bro. Damn, somebody said you fucking play T-ball. Damn, somebody said you fucking play T-ball in the chat. By the way, everybody in the fucking Facebook chat room, please,
Fuck you,
let's get a
faggot.
fucking reshare up in there. Fucking share shit to the people out there that you guys have up in there. Shout out to everybody tuning in.
Ross is gonna stop the feed now because I just said that word.
and if you guys want to go ahead and follow any other companies on the table or anything like that, and you need me to go ahead and put it in the chat room, just go ahead and type it in there and let's do a fucking roll call.
Yeah. Shout out to Bzzt Woods for this fucking wood.
Yeah,
man.
shout out. Yo, by the way, we're gonna start smoking this big ass joint that that Bzzt Woods fucking
Quarter
rolled for us.
pounder.
That's a fucking Franken joint right there.
Yep.
God damn.
Remember this here. All right, so we're gonna talk a bit about etiquette for fucking big ass joints. Okay, number one.
That's the glob mops.
Like number one with fucking big joints, and I know this fucking this video went viral. You know, this girl Trippy Tree, she fucking threw this pound joint because she pointed it down,
Dumb bitch.
and the fucking all the weed came out and it went to the floor, and
Pendeja.
and I remember the number one comment, and every time they reposted it, it said number one rule about big joints: you never point them down. So that I'm just clarify that because everybody's gonna hit it.
That was the number one comment.
Yeah, well, and most of the videos, well, because the stoner pages was, I mean.
I figured like the number one comment.
No,
would
the
be,
number
dumb
one.
bitch.
Yes,
dumb bitch.
yeah,
Dumb bitch.
that was the number one comment, but the number one, stoner comment.
The comment that you could actually read and not, people be mad and shit, offended and all that fucking shit.
Yeah, people be getting too.
Yo, she was hitting that joint dummy stupid though, bro. Like fucking, it didn't make no fucking sense. You could tell like she never fucking dealt with anything like that.
Like this? Like it's like, yo, I don't get that shit. Like, that's like fucking drinking a cup of water like this. Like, like I fucking hate that shit, bro. Like I don't fucking get that shit. Like,
What was that? Grab the cup by the whole fucking cup and just like.
yeah, like like I have
Like
you
a
ever
little
seen
kid?
anybody like drink something like that? Like, if I grabbed the beer and I were to be like this,
Like a sippy cup.
like this is fucking weird, bro.
You're
Like,
at the bar and shit. You're drinking your fucking drink. You're just there sitting at the bar. Fuck.
is that how you do it in the Island Rats, dude?
Both hands,
Oh,
right?
look, it's egg toppy.
I've actually seen Razu
Look,
drink a
he's
beer
up
like
there.
that.
Anthony, when
Drink
he
beer
comes
like
to we
what?
don't smoke the same show, he reminds me of like a big vulture, the ones from fucking
He's here?
yeah, he's
up there in
upstairs.
the treehouse.
He reminds me of
Hey,
the
what's up,
vultures, the
Dad?
ones from Splash Mountain, the one that tell you like, oh, we don't know where you're going.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
but he's usually up there watching us,
Fuck
and he's
you,
just like this.
Salzo.
Hey, bro.
Looking down and shit. Like,
I got $180 in my pocket right now for a fucking Puffco Peak. What's up?
Hey, you're starting to sound like Pedro now, G. I told him.
You know what? If we take two, dog, we should be able to get him at 150. To be honest.
hey.
If we get three, we should just talk about cost, fam. Look, he's
No comment?
His blood starts boiling when you fucking
Right.
undercut him, bro. When you try to undercut him, it pisses off Egg Toppy back. By the way, make sure you follow his account, Egg Toppy, on Instagram. Yeah, Emilio created it.
Emilio! Or as Lil Jump says,
Yeah,
Yeah.
If Lil Drum calls him gay way.
Yeah.
Gay way.
Yeah.
Gay way.
Somebody said, "Is it expensive for all that?" I was like, you know what? Yes, it is. You know, that's why. Like, look, when we all pass on, like, and you happen to be around the circle, like, they should fucking scrape everybody's lungs. Like,
Yeah, you could fucking definitely like scrape my lungs, and you definitely get high off of them.
Like, yeah, I think like at the end of the day, like if I were to scrape my lungs or like squish them out, like I'll be able to squish them like toothpaste, you know, but it'll be like fucking cake batter coming out, like.
You got that wood lung,
They
Gizo.
squish the lung and it comes out like rosin.
What'd you say, Ektopi?
You got that wood lung.
That's that real what?
That wood lung.
Yeah, that wood one?
That
Wood
wood
lung.
lung.
What do you say?
That backwood lung you
Oh,
have.
that backwood lung? Hell yeah, backwood rosin, fam. It'd have a little phlegm, but it'll still get you fucked
All
up.
right.
Squish Anthony's like a yolk pops. Yeah, man. Let me see the best has. Oh, great. Hey, everybody, make sure you fucking flag Jeffro's page.
Yeah.
Larry Hoover.
Fucking-
trash. He thinks he's cool because he has those Cypress Hill joints out there.
Yeah.
I was like, man, fool, those shit ain't good.
He asked me for them, but I didn't go, so I couldn't fucking send them to
I
him.
just sent Pedro. Oh, and then he was like, come on, fam. Come on. Did you take a dab already? What'd you smoke? The slab?
No, I smoked some of this.
Pass it down to Maliner.
I don't want to fuck up the slab.
What'd you
It looks
smoke,
pretty.
man? What'd you smoke, though?
I guess this is the Invaders.
That's the Invader.
Yeah, we're smoking some of the Invader Extracts right now. So pass that down, homie. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to go ahead and keep on fucking smoking, and we're going to take a quick break into something real quick, and we're going to come back with our first guest of the night, comedian Martin Moreno. We're going to go ahead and talk some stuff with him, talk comedy, talk life,
Yes.
and, just talk about his experiences, So we'll be right back here on Be Real TV. Stay
Don't go
tuned.
nowhere.
BeReal.tv.
Pretty freaking good.
BeReal.tv.
Man, all right, we're back here on the We Don't Smoke the Same show here on Be Real TV, and I'm gonna go ahead and give a big round of applause and welcome our special guest, comedian Martin Moreno. Welcome,
Yeah.
welcome to the neighborhood, dog.
Thank you guys so much.
Welcome.
First of all, bro, can I just say that every time I watch your show, I hear the audience. But to actually see how you have dude, it's a packed studio house in here,
Yeah,
brother.
Oh,
You
yeah.
you guys' audience is sick. Like I could look how these fuckers get loud.
Yeah, they're all getting fucked up,
dude,
too.
on days when the bar is here, forget about it, dog.
Dude.
We had to tell the fucking, we had to tell him up there to be like, hey, can you turn it the fuck up? But we got some pretty good sound guys.
And I want to give props to the dude that stocks the bar.
Oh,
Holy
right.
shit, dude.
Yup, the bar behind us.
Are you fucking kidding me? Those things are so organized. That dude busts his ass. That's the most unrecognized guy on the fucking. The guy that stocks. A big shout out to that fucking guy.
It's the only hard work that Raz dude does here. Nah, I'm just playing.
Nice,
Nah,
that's
I'm-
funny.
He sets up those bottles here every single Thursday.
Dude, are you fucking kidding me? That's a huge fucking shout out. Thank you for doing that. They look beautiful, dude.
Yo, man, what's been good with you, Martin, man? Like this, I think weed and jokes and comedy go hand in hand. So we're bound to cross paths with different comedians that we have. We always seem to get along very well. But this is the first time you've come around to like Be Real TV headquarters, man. How do you feel about it? Like do you feel that it's like a brewery, but like instead of brewery you have weed?
Dude, this is like a brewery with weed. Yeah, you know what? That's a great way to describe it.
Like give you
That's
a
a
little tour.
great way to describe it because it's like when you go to a brewery, you experience something different than a regular beer.
Yeah, and I usually drink like hard liquor, like I like drinking the cognacs and stuff like that.
Yeah, I see you, bro. You put that shit down, cabrón.
I have to chill sometimes. Sometimes I
good.
put that shit down too. Sometimes I need to put that shit down.
Nice.
But
I know it gets though. Because like, look, sometimes you'll drink a beer and you're like, well, at least I'm not pounding fucking, whiskey, or at least I'm not pounding tequila. You kind of like it just
You
makes it seem
justify that shit.
big time, dude. That but then you start fucking around with 9%, 15%. That's fucking. Those are some high beers, bro.
you're asking for it at those, and I used to spend a lot of time in different breweries and stuff. before, but then like that shit, you start getting really bloated drinking all the damn stouts and owls and shit, you know. By the way, since
You represent hard, brother, for this whole 420 community, bro.
thank you, man.
Like,
I
no,
try.
seriously, it's what you got going on here. Like, you asked me how it feels. I'm like, dude, you have a ridiculous fucking. The entire vibe in here is fucking fantastic, bro.
It's that weed vibe. And we're gonna set it off right because I figure, you know. Look, by the way, shout out to fucking Bzzt Collective for fucking rolling this massive joint right here. Savage Canagars for the tip. And what's yours for the rolling, brother? What is it again? Laser dabs?
Danger dabs.
Okay. Oh, Dazer dabs?
Dazer dabs.
Okay, there you go. Dazer dabs, and you'll see it because it'll be like lasers from what I see in the avatar, right? There's like a little green and red one. But make sure you fucking follow them, and you know, obviously they're tagged on the Bzzt page. They're tagged on my page. You know, you can, as long as you go to Bzzt Collective page, you'll see them right there. But we're gonna spark this up right now.
A joint and a half.
This is that Cheech and Chong shit. You know what I mean? This is like that. You know, I smoked a lot of fucking things, but I ain't never smoked nothing like this, man. You know, that's one of the look, man. I've met a lot of people, man. Like, you know, like I've been fortunate, like to like meet like some of the stoner like people on my bucket list. Like because of B-Roll, I got to meet Tommy Chong. But the one person that you know I never got to meet, and you know, as a him being a comedian and a stoner is Cheech. You ever cross paths with him, bro?
You know what? I was at a show back when the Gibson was still around.
Damn.
Remember when the Gibson was still around over at where the City Walk is? They did a show. I think they had just started touring again, and we ended up getting hooked up with some tickets, and I ended up being at that show. We were lucky enough to go backstage and get a picture with him, dude. He's a bad motherfucker, dude.
You know, I heard
he's just a cool freaking guy.
I heard he's back to smoking these days, man.
Is he?
Yeah, I heard that he is because they're doing tour, like they're back on tour, and I know somebody that works with you know, Tommy Chong very close, and he's like, yeah, he's back to little smoke here and there.
I hear that they're touring again, like they're doing some shows together, and they're like pretty fucking like pretty funny. Like they've made it, like they've changed it up a little bit, and it's pretty fucking funny, brother.
What about
That's the originals. Like when you start just thinking about like the OGs, I mean, those motherfuckers started it all, bro.
When I start thinking about what is it like, you know, like that's exactly what came to mind. Like I didn't have to like be around when that premiered, you know, when that time.
I was in junior high, and I remember watching that movie at the Carson Twin Cinema.
Like in theaters and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. All right, I finally got it lit. Here's the thing, man. So,
Yeah, that's yeah, I'm dating myself now, but yeah, I fucking actually got to watch it in the theater.
Have you ever smoked anything this size?
To be honest with you, I don't think so.
As you, I mean.
I mean, I'd be if I sat here and I say, you know what, like on the solo tip.
I mean, not just solo, but like,
Yeah.
you know, like just in general, because sometimes I guess like in the weed community, like us, you know, like it's almost like I could roll a bigger joint than you type shit when you have access to it, like
Right.
like a lot. So like to us, like it's like okay, cool, you guys are smoking this big joint, but you know, I remember the first time when I smoked something this big, I really tripped out because I was like, fuck, this is really like. A lot of people are like, imagine, like they'll see Tommy Chong or Cheech and Chong movie and they'll be like, imagine smoking a joint that big, and we're over here like, yo, like, remember that RPG blunt?
Here's a joint that big.
Oh, this is hard to hit.
Damn, you got that cherry going though, bro.
There it is.
Wow.
I'm gonna pass it on to you. Remember, no pointing down, just up. Oh, I was waiting to do that.
Right over there?
Yeah, you know, by the way, that is some really tasty fucking flour brought to you by and sponsored by Bzzt Collective. Fucking make sure you check that out. And that is a Maliner Glass inspired tip all the way from Vegas. And as soon as B-Real's back, we're going to fucking smoke the B-Real TV one. with the fucking Dr. Green Thumb crew, man. So, look at that, man. Now you could really be like, now it's like when we're going to play this, we're going to be like, look, we smoked with Tommy Chong from that 70s show. Like, that's what we're going to be like, yo, did you see what we did? We smoked with Leo on our show, man.
That thing is no joke, bro.
Right? It's a lot of smoke. It's to take in, man, and it's, and if anybody wants to hit it from the stage, just fucking come on to the side, or just make sure you guys are careful with it.
It's like communion, bro.
It is, right? It is.
It really is.
It is like communion,
It's
man.
the host.
You come out and earlier I talked about something about. I remember doing my first communion and I was tripping out and I remember like it's the first time where it was okay for you to drink in front of like adults.
Yeah.
So I took the big ass chalice and I just took like 2 gulps and the lady had to refill the thing up and she was just looking at me like, "The fuck is wrong with this kid?"
You know how you get like a padrino to be your padrino for fucking the baptism and shit.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be like a father figure to you almost.
That's
like,
what it is, right? A sponsor.
Like well, it's a padrino is usually like you're the godfather, you're the godparent. Should the parent be missing, then you step in.
In case some shit happens to your parents.
Yeah, like you're saying, I'm gonna be the dad here. Like it's like a big ceremony. Your padrino is they call it, right? So imagine if you had a fucking padrino for your fucking weed first communion.
That'd be tight, man.
Like somebody just like helping somebody out, like, oh yeah, you fucking finally graduated the fucking blah blah blah, and like
they would hire Be Real to be padrinos for people.
Oh,
dog.
dude, like yes, could you imagine how many people would want somebody to be their padrino?
Yeah, right. Hey, Martin, I gotta ask you, man. So you were talking about it's like you were in junior high when you saw that movie.
Yes.
What was the first time you actually started taking your comedy career like serious?
Fuck, like serious?
Yeah, like oh shit, I'm gonna start making a living off of this, cause like at some
Oh
point.
well, okay. So those are 2 different questions. Like, I'm gonna take the serious is like when you really start working on your craft, because there's a difference between taking it serious and making a living.
Okay.
Because you can focus on making a living, and that is a level of success as well, right?
Right.
But as far as like, you can also focus on building your content, like taking it more as a 100% fucking like, holy shit, this is balls deep. You always think you're balls deep in somewhere, and then you realize there's way more room for the balls to go way deeper. If that makes any sense.
Yes, it does make sense. Where you're just like you're like, oh shit, there's more room if I just push a little harder. For
sure, dude, for sure. And I think as artists, we all get to that point a little bit. And then, dude. If you're a true artist, you're just gonna fucking find your voice at some point.
And this is like it's like a little.
Fuck, I'm stoned, homie.
You're really fucking stoned, huh? When I hear that, I imagine that scene in Blow where that guy Dewey comes over. He's like, no, I'm really fucking stoned. So how long ago was that, man?
Fuck. I started comedy in 1999, bro.
Damn. Right before everything crashed, the Y2K shit?
Y2K, yeah, Y2K was like after that. Let's see, the fuck, yeah, dude. 99, right at the end of 99. It was about to be Y2K, the end of the world, bro. How old were you for the end of the world?
I was about to be 10.
10? How about you?
I was probably 11 or like.
Now, did you guys hear that it was going to be the end of the world? Or?
Well, you're older than me, right, Sheik?
When I would go to like the grocery stores with my mom, I'd be reading the fucking tabloids and shit and be like, oh, fucking 2000 and Jesus is coming back. We're all going to fucking die.
You really believe, but did you believe that?
As a fucking 9-year-old, yeah, it scared the shit out of me.
Wow. What about you, bro?
No, because the magazines that I would pay attention to was the one like the Globe or whatever, the one that was all made up.
Yeah. So you thought they were making shit up?
Yeah, because that shit would always have crazy shit like aliens are coming or fucking Bill Clinton is a reptilian or something. You know what I mean? Like some random shit like that.
You were looking at this shit at 10?
Yeah, because I would look for the weird shit like in the magazines.
Dude, at 10, you were way ahead. I didn't hear about Clinton being a reptilian till I was an adult.
Well, because they would show pictures like those.
Like that's fucking way ahead of your time.
Like that shit, like they have those kind of stories for like a long time, and those magazines, like
That's
if
insane.
I'm correct, the Globe has always been like I think they just make up all their shit, you know?
They probably do. I mean, look, I don't fucking. The fuck did we start getting on this conversation, bro?
Yeah, how did that lead into this?
How the fuck did we get
What
here?
were we talking about?
You started comedy in '99 and
Oh,
what?
yeah.
99. Oh, the end of the world.
Yeah.
How like fucking it was gonna be the end of the world, and you're like a little kid being exposed to all this news. Adults, dude. If I was an adult thinking that shit was gonna go down, I can't imagine what an impressionable 10-year-old. Like, yeah, I can see why you'd be freaking out. You're like, oh shit, Jesus is coming.
Yeah.
And I jacked off last week. There's no way that doesn't go through your head as a fucking 11-year-old. Dude, my biggest concern when I was a little kid about Jesus coming back is that I had just jacked off like not too long ago. And if he came back, I'd be fucked. You know, like I don't know what it is about fucking Jesus coming back because
Sometimes the best time
you
to
know what
jerk
I
off
mean?
is before church.
What's that?
I used to think like that, but then I'd be like, well, he created all this shit, so what the fuck do you want me to do?
Yeah, why do you give
What
you a
age
big
did
fork?
you figure that out at?
I don't know, like fucking 13 probably.
Oh, at 13 you said, fuck it, Jesus, I'm jacking off.
Yes.
That's pretty good.
Although I probably started before 13, but at 13 I came to the conclusion I was like, fuck all this shit.
Like fuck this. You didn't have that like book like Hello God, it's me, Margaret.
Like I don't need the church for all this shit, bro.
The period book. Yeah, the period book. Remember, I think it's like a '70s book, and that's how they give her. It's this book, right? It was a yellow book, and it said, "Hello, God, are you there? It's me, Margaret." Like, did you?
Yeah, I remember. I read that book, bro. Did you read that book?
I didn't read it, but I just
Don't
like
be
I knew
lying, bro.
It was about puberty, you know what I mean? Like it was about a girl getting her period and shit. And then I was like, yo, like, cause it was in the library under like what is it? What's this shit?
Damn,
Life
that shit
skills.
was still around.
Yeah, it's an old ass book. Man.
I remember that from it had to have been 79, bro. That book goes back to 79, if not, well, probably way before that. I don't know when the fuck that was written.
It's been around for a minute. Hey man, so 99, and that's when was like from that point. What was the thing that took it to the next level after that? You're like, all right, cool. I'm a comedian now. I'm doing it. You know, like.
Bro, when I went on the road with fucking the first thing when I first thought, holy shit, it doesn't get bigger than this, was when fucking Que Loco said, hey, come do, like it was like 2 dates, bro, on the tour, and I thought, I was 2 years in, I thought it doesn't get better than this, dude. Like that shit was like. And then, you know, you start fucking getting out there a little bit more. Like, it was insane how, like, Latino everything was back then, especially in my world. You know, like, I was, like, Latino night at the Laugh Factory, Latino night here. It was a really, like, interesting time for comedy back then.
Nido and shit, you know?
Yeah, it was really, really...
Hey, but Sheik, after you get it, pass it around so everybody else could hit it, too. I was like, then they'll be like, I didn't get to hit the joint. So fucking man, you said everything was so like what united back then or what?
Oh, in '99, I think you could count all the fucking brown comics in the country. Like
Damn.
there was a list that said these are the 100 comedians in the country. You knew who everybody on that list was. That's how little brown comics.
You're
there
like
were.
it's Paul Rodriguez and George Lopez.
Well, you know, Carlos Mencia, Gabriel, Felipe. There was a lot of dudes that were on that. You know, Willie Barcena, fucking. But I'm telling you, I mean, that's like really like that's how big my world was, and I thought, this is it. It doesn't get bigger than this. And then you know, you go out there, and then I started touring with freaking Gabriel and Felipe at the time. That was like the first time. And dude, are you fucking kidding me? These guys were like, they were que locos. The fact that they were still out there, Mando Cosillo was part of that whole thing too. And then like when I was invited to do that, it got like, what the fuck? Like, this is fucking crazy. And then Gabe was selling out everywhere back then. It was like the Gabe freaking Phenomenon, you know, Fluffy's Phenomena started way back then. And, you know, me and a lot of people were able to see that and witness that and see how big it could get.
Damn.
You know, Felipe included in that. You know, Felipe was right there in the beginning. You know, what's trippy, bro, like at that time then, when I started touring with Fluffy and we started going international, I thought, holy fuck, it doesn't get bigger than this.
Damn, international is something else. Hey, by the way, Ray, can you take the joint and pass it or something, please? And you said once you reach international, what year was this when you reached international?
Bro, we were international, I think. Well, he was doing already like Canada and things like that. But when we like took off to Sweden, Norway, fucking Amsterdam, fucking London, like legit, like, you know, Australia, you know, Singapore, like it was, you know, Saudi Arabia. I mean, it was just freaking, like, I'm just thinking about it makes me mesmerized. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're sitting there, like, you know, I'm there, you know, opening for Gabe, but I'm chilling next to, like, I know you're a sheik, but I'm kicking it, like, with real sheiks. Like, you know, like the...
With the fucking...
that shit must have blew your mind, right?
Oh, are you kidding me? I don't give a fuck, you know, like...
What was the biggest culture shock for you, dog? Like, I mean, I imagine it's hard for you to, like, even have a culture shock, us being Latinos, because, you know, like...
There was no culture shock.
All,
yeah, no, I was just gonna say there was no culture shock. It was just being exposed to different traditions, but everything's, you know, as much as it's different, there's a lot of similarities between us and the rest of the world. You know, other than what you would think, there is a lot of fucking common ground.
Also, can you give us an example?
Well, you know, there's like more people like each other that don't like each other. You would swear that everybody hates each other.
Right?
Yeah, and that's not true. There's a lot of people that have a lot of common ground, and I think, you know, the more you travel, the more you start finding fucking some cool motherfuckers. You know, and you know, it's just fucking...
Is there a favorite place that after you traveling international that you like? You're like, you know what? I will go to this place. I will go back to this place just to go, not even just to, like, if I had to work, just to go.
You know, a lot of them stand out, but there's if I had to pick one place that I wanted to go and show somebody, like, just check this out, it would probably be Iceland.
Iceland? Damn, you been there, fool?
Yeah, no, it would probably be. I mean, there's so many things. There's so many things to see everywhere that you would think that's, you know. But I mean, it's like it's fucking it's, to me, it's a fucking beautiful, amazing place.
Was it green? Like it's supposed to be like really green, right? Iceland.
Yeah, it's a green. Yeah,
Man, it's fucking Iceland, bro.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like fucking, you know, like, there's just so much fucking shit to see, dude.
Fucking cold.
I mean, there's not like, it's not like you're gonna go and pop off and blah 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 this and that, but there's this freaking, you know, blue fucking lagoon with just hot as fuck water. It's like fucking blue as fuck. Like, it's just like, and there's just smoke all over the place. And then there's a bar in there. It's like, and you're in the middle of fucking ice.
Damn. So it's like what? It's like a ice island, pretty much, huh?
Well, I don't know about an ice island, but this, like, it gets cold as fuck. It does get cold as fuck. There's a lot of, like, especially in the winter. But being in that place when it's like the water is like, it's like imagine one big giant blue jacuzzi.
Damn, that sounds pretty nice. That sounds yeah.
Anyway, like, when you tell me, like, what place would you go, like, my mind immediately goes to that place.
Iceland. And what about you know, like, you doing comedy, like, was all like when you're doing comedy international, or, you know, on international turf like that, are all your jokes as relatable as they are in the U.S. as compared to there? Like, you know what I mean?
I'll tell you what, like there's a difference between doing like a set here and, like, well, Gabe would go out to Saudi Arabia and do a clean, you know, hour-plus show, and murder, you know.
Just like an all clean show.
Just
like
a clean show, bro.
PG-13 shit.
Like just fucking clean as fuck.
PG.
You know, yeah. And there was some areas where I would do, you know, maybe 5-10 minutes, but there were some areas where it was like, you can't say shit. Where I literally just said, listen, they told me I couldn't talk about this, or that. And then they'd kind of boo. And then I'd be, well, fucking, with that said, thank you, good night. Like, that's my time. And like, legit, they, like, for some reason, that translated. Like, they loved that. They loved that statement.
Damn.
It was a freaking, really freaking, because they want to say all the shit that we're saying. Everybody wants to say the shit that we're saying. The shit that we're saying in the United States is pretty fucking out there if you really think about it.
Yeah, it is. You know, like
We're very, very progressive. Some areas more than others, but overall, fuck, we're saying some pretty crazy shit. Like, let the whole state smoke. Seriously, around the world, do you know what that sounds like?
that is. I can see how like some countries, like let's just say if you were to fuck Afghanistan, legalize marijuana, like fuck, dude.
Yeah, if you heard that in freaking Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Will that day ever come? Like I said, we take a lot. I mean, like that's some pretty progressive shit that we're doing here.
And do you realize these things more when you're like out there? I imagine.
Absolutely, because you see how criminalized. Like some places, you can go to prison like for marijuana. I think you could get killed. There's some
like,
places that with weed
Saudi
you can be
Arabia,
murdered.
for sure, yeah.
Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine? They would massacre us for half the shit that's in here.
I think we'd get like chopped up into pieces after with the amount of shit that's in here, bro. Like
It would be.
they would just put us in a blender and be like, "Hey, fuck you guys."
This would be one of the the pillars of like iniquity, bro. This would be a den of iniquity that needed to get fucking saved, and the only way to save it is to smite it. That's like that place still exists.
Damn, that's way backwards. You know what I mean?
You think?
That is way backwards. It's the kind of place where it's like everybody goes to Catholic church or some shit. You know?
Yeah, I don't know how we got here, but I like it.
Hey, this is the thing about the We Don't Smoke the Same show, man. Like because we don't smoke the same, we just go everywhere, man.
I love that.
Did you finish your blunt, dog?
Nah, bro,
I didn't finish
I
my
put mine
fucking
out
blunt.
because we were smoking that fat ass
I know,
joint.
me too.
I know. I was like, if we're not gonna finish it, I'm gonna finish it. Sheik.
Yeah,
I'm gonna grab another.
I could only focus on keeping one lid at a time, to be honest.
You kind of just have to go all around, you know. You have to go all around, you know. That's what happens. Like we're like NASCAR, but with like weed sponsors. You know what I mean? Like
Nice.
when we make it like once a year, like you know, like when we have our anniversary every year, we're just gonna give out jackets to all of our sponsors. Be like, yo, you got the NASCAR jacket.
That's awesome, dude.
That'd be legit. Be like, this is a thank you for fucking getting us high every single Thursday. Cause they've been, you know, like for example, like these guys right here, like man, like everywhere, bro. People fucking know what these things are now. You know, it's like, yo, did you have one of those Bzzt woods? I'm like, hey,
Bzzt woods.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just another name for like, you know, a pre-rolled backwood, but you know, it's this company and this company gets down. You gotta, you know, it's like we drink certain beers because of the way we like them, you know. Hey, what do you do on your spare time, Martin? Like, I mean, like, what does Martin do when he's not doing comedy? I mean, I know you have grandkids, you know, yeah, like.
Oh my God, bro, what does Martin do?
Yeah, like you know.
That is such a loaded. That's a great question.
Cause I wonder, man. Cause like, look, sometimes when if I were to ask Felipe that question, like it's like, fool, I know what you do, dog. We party together, dog. You know what I'm saying? I was like, or like if I asked George that question, he's like, you know, homie, like you know, but I gotta ask you that, man, because I imagine you're on a whole different thing. You'd be like,
my time is so fucking divided right now, and it just feels like going back to the question that you asked before is like, when did you know that you were there? You know, like when you realize that it does get bigger than this. It always, there's always room for it to be bigger. You know, and I think now is the time where it's like, shit is drastically fucking changing. The whole world of everything is just fucking changing in front of us, bro. You know? And as far as like fucking the way art's going, fuck, dude, I love the shit that's out there right now. The shit that's out there right now.
You collect art?
Yeah, not that kind of art. I'm talking about like the art, like the creativity of like comedy and shit, like
okay.
where it's going. You know, like
the performing arts.
Yeah, dude, like fucking. When you see all the specials that are coming out right now, there's a lot of comedy being put out there right now.
Yeah, you know, a lot of
a lot of comedy being put out.
I feel like there's more. Yeah, there is a lot more comics out these days than, you know. It's like there's almost as many comics as there are rappers out there now. Like, you know,
That's hysterical.
like it's like everybody's. Like everybody's it's like instead of trying to give you their mixtape, everybody wants like a 5-minute set. You know, like no, just give me 5 minutes. But I mean, do you feel it dilutes the game?
As far as like, nah, not at all, dude. I think that, you know, like I said earlier, when I first started, you could count how many brown comics were totally from here to New York. The fact that today that many guys started doing comedy is great because now they've had, you know, before that there was no role models. Like we hadn't seen any, you know, nobody like had been before, you know, Paul Rodriguez.
I mean, do you feel though like?
So it's good that more people, that's like, when you see people doing something, if it inspires you to do it, fuck it, go try it, man. That's how I look at it.
Because I was wondering, because I'm like, there's people that, you know, at least like in this generation, like, you know how like very much like in music, like Sheiky and myself are musicians, and we look at, we see other people from different generations that have rapped, like Be Real for like 25 years, and they have a method of the way they did it, and, you know, they have a certain respect for the culture, and,
right.
You know, but as time changed, so do the new people that are on the rosters do, you know, so they have a different way of going around things. Do you feel that, like, there's different types of comics now, you know, because, like, you have all these, like, Vine stars trying to be comedians, or...
I see what you're saying.
Like, you know, I feel like that isn't fair to the true performing art of, like, what stand-up is. Because there is people... that, like, you know, for example...
That's where it goes back to what you said as well, like, is you know, when you're successful, when you're making a living at it, because you could be making a living at it, like, if you have that many followers, and you could sell some tickets, and people are going to come out and see you, you're going to get booked. Yeah. You really are going to get freaking booked, and that's fantastic. That's what it comes down to, right? Is like, how many fans are going to fucking come out?
To me, it trips me out that, like, sometimes, you know, it's funny to see these skits. But, like, when I see some of these people that, like, they're like, oh, I'm going to do stand-up. It's like, what the fuck are you going to do? Perform these skits live?
A lot of these dudes do want to do stand-up comedy. Like, the guys that are out there doing those memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those dudes. I met a dude out in Northern California. He has a thing called, like, you know, like in English it would be all fails. But in Spanish, it's puras fallas, right?
Puras fallas? Okay.
Yeah, and so he's doing, like, comedy, you know, as well with, like, as his meme stuff, right? You got the other kid, the kid from, what's that? The one that puts Mexican Problemas?
Is he from Texas?
No, I think he's from here, from Northern California as well. Chewy, that guy Chewy.
Okay.
Right, he's got that thing, Mexican Problemas, and I think he wants to do comedy too, if I'm not mistaken. So these dudes, they have I mean, that's a huge fucking fan base of people that like what they're doing, bro.
Right.
I mean, you can't fucking deny 1.8 fucking million people. Like, that's fucking a lot of people fucking tuning into that stuff.
That is true.
You know,
just like 10% of those people showed up. That's.
But my point is that, so there's different forms of it. Like, I think when you think pure stand-up, yeah, absolutely, you know, but then, you know, you got people that would say, well, that's a guitar comic, that's a prop comic, that's a ventriloquist comic, that's a this comic. You know, I think there's so many different forms of comedy.
That's, and you just,
I mean, is that
that brings me back to, you know, like you saying that you like the way it's progressing because it opens up different lanes for different people. So you're just not all trying to compete up to the same pot, right?
Way different lanes. Everybody, like, you know, the beauty of right now is that if you start talking and people start listening to you and fucking they like what they hear, I mean, it's you know exactly what, you know what you're getting. You know what I mean? It's fucking beautiful. It's a great time to be alive. Not to sound all cliche, but yeah, dude. I mean, you guys know how it is. Like, when you got a bunch of fucking people watching, you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, we did something right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it's the same fucking thing. You know, you want people to like enough to want to watch it.
Yeah, I know.
Or listen to it.
Yeah, to come back for
more.
more.
Whether it's music, whether it's any platform that you're using to entertain somebody.
Oh, on a whole other note, like, what's the craziest thing that you've like, I guess, encountered or experienced, like, while you've been on the road in comedy? You're like, I can't believe this shit fucking happened tonight, dude.
God, dude, that's...
Or at least one of the ones you can share.
No. I mean, I could share so many of them, but there's so many fucking like so many what the fuck moments that you forget a lot of crazy what the fuck moments. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
just when you're dude, the shit that we have seen as you know, if you combine all the eyes that have toured with, you know, like out there as far as comedy years, all the moments that have happened, it's a long time, it's a lifetime. You know what I mean? And there's so many fucking beautiful moments, so many like fucking, oh shit, wahoo, boo-hoo moments.
Yeah.
You know, there's so many that it's
Ups
just,
and downs.
it's hard to just pick like any, like, this is crazy. Everything was crazy in every level, brother.
What about what's next for you, man? Like in regards to like, are you thinking about branching out to doing movies eventually? Or trying to
Oh
do,
my God. Dude, movies is like,
You don't try out for skit, like, you know, you memorizing shit or like trying out for certain roles. Because, you know, like if I saw you, I was like, yo, this guy could like, you know, I was like, he reminded me of Leo from that 70s show.
bro,
So I was like,
I've
man.
been, like, trust me, I've, like, this is crazy. Like, I'll tell you right now, I've been on auditions, you know?
Yeah.
Where, like, I had to have sucked. So, like, I've been to auditions where I was, like, acting, you know? Like,
Yeah.
Which probably looked so fucking ridiculous now in retrospect, you know?
Yeah.
But it's just so, like, you know, when you've never freaking, you know, have it, dude, that's an art. Acting is, like, there's some motherfuckers that have put in blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah, we were talking about that Robert De Niro movie where it's just so out of his character that I was just like, oh man, this is just it's crazy to see him kill such roles, you know?
Robert De Niro?
Well, yeah, the movie we're talking about this movie called Fan, where he's like a crazed baseball fan, and he's obsessive over like the Giants fan, Giants player who's played by Wesley Snipes, and he kills his rival, and it's crazy. Robert De Niro plays like a nut job pretty much.
Fuck, I remember that, but I'm fucking like completely like.
Yeah, it's that movie. It's the craziest movie that I have seen Robert De Niro in. Hey, what about your weed taste, bro? What do you like smoking, bro? Like, are you more of an indica guy or a sativa kind of guy?
I like sativa and I fucking love indica. Like it's if I'm ready to knock the fuck out, I want some indica. Like that's what I want my indica to do for me. I want it to just knock me on my fucking ass and put me mimis. That's what I like. Like my indica should do that. And then, but I like if I'm like trying to organize something or trying to be inspired, I'll do a sativa.
I heard that you're dabbing a lot more these days.
That's funny. That just sounds like such a setup. I hear that you're dabbing a lot more these days. Martin, can you tell us about that?
Yeah,
Nice, I'm just kidding.
Please
I'm
elaborate.
stoned, bro. I'm talking shit.
Elaborate, Martin, on why you are dabbing a lot more. But
No. Seriously, I was, you know, I feel like it's. I tried it a few times, you know, and to be honest, it was probably about 10 to 15. Like, it's tough to turn somebody who's got years of just nothing but flower in their life to just be okay with dabbing, I feel.
you're smoking hash.
Yeah. There's a lot of people. There's way more people that haven't converted than have, I would say.
Yeah. I just feel that people don't get introduced to it the right way, so they get all paranoid and shit, you know?
Exactly. That's why you should have a fucking padrino.
Yeah, you should have a, like...
Yeah, somebody that walks you through it and tells you exactly what the fuck you're
You
doing.
can be like a weed shaman, be like a weed santero.
Here you go, bro.
Oh, man, this thing is pretty much donezo, man. What about drinking, man? I know you like a beer here and there. What's your favorite kind of beers?
Yeah. Oh, fuck. All of them.
Don't
Whatever
matter.
you can get.
Dude, you know what? I've come to the realization that I love beer, and I get a fucking beer belly. I got a fucking beer panza right now, bro. I fucking, you know, like, and I know it's the goddamn beer. You know, well, I know the beer and fucking, you know, whatever the fuck else I'm tearing up, but fucking, but I like it. I figure I can't get the fuck away from it, bro. I don't give a fuck if it's an IPA. I don't give a fuck if it's a freaking blonde. I don't care if it's a sour. I like sours.
You like sours, bro?
I like sours, bro.
Oh, man.
You don't like sours?
Yesterday I went and I had like this Sprite and shit.
Oh, so you do fucking do craft beer. I don't do craft beers per se, but.
Yeah, but like, you know, I had a little taste of this like sour one and it was like, it tasted like a beer and a probiotic mixed, you know?
A probiotic.
Yeah, I was like, this is very tart. I don't like this.
Damn, that's a fucking crazy description.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck is this? Who would combine this? It was kind of. I don't know. I don't really like I do like craft beers. I like that 9% alcohol and up.
I like Mexican lagers.
I like dark
You ever
stout.
had this? What'd you say?
I like dark stouts.
Dark stouts.
Oh, dark stouts are good too.
You ever had this new beer? It's a Mexican beer. It's called Chong.
I haven't tried it.
It's pretty good, dog.
What is it?
It's a Mexican lager, I think. Yeah.
Oh, it's a Mexican lager. I
Yeah.
like a Mexican lager.
Yeah, so like maybe look out for this one next time. And it has a picture of a monkey just like turning up.
Wait, did I see a fucking beer called Chango? I had a beer that had a monkey on it.
Yeah. Wait, was it called Chong?
It was like a mango chango. Not a mango chango. Did I just say mango chango? What the
Yeah,
fuck?
you said mango chango.
Nah, it was, shit. Who brought it either? I think it was Beto Duran that brought it.
Okay. I tried it at behind, Cypress Hill backstage. And I remember like Sendog looked like he was kind of mad. He was like, who thinks this is a cool joke? But they just really brought that beer for them. Yeah, man. Hey, you do mushrooms? Or when's the last time we did mushrooms, bro?
The last time I did mushrooms was probably in Nashville.
I have some.
Where?
In Nashville.
How long ago?
Fuck. It had to have been at least 5 or 6 years ago.
Damn,
Minimum.
Why Nashville? What made you take them there?
Just because somebody had them and I was loaded and it sounded like a really good idea.
Did you have a good trip?
You know what? I didn't. So that night was it was one of those nights where everybody woke up and was like, what the fuck happened?
Damn.
And we had to be at the airport. Yeah, no, it was one of those mornings it was a day off, I think.
It was one of those.
Oh, dude,
shit.
yeah, where it's like, fuck. It was like a yeah. But yeah, it was I had a great fucking time. Like, the recollection that I have was fucking amazing. It was irresponsible as fuck, 'cause I was loaded at the same time. But it was still pretty chill and fun.
Yeah, mushrooms could be a good thing sometimes when you just randomly take them. But last
You're
time
on a
I
good
had 'em,
vibe, yeah.
What happened?
I said when you're on a very good vibe.
Yeah, when you're on a good vibe, it's the best time to take them. But if you're just like if you're in a place where it's like too many people, it might not be the best thing to do.
I think some people they microdose,
You ever
and
thought-
it kind of helps them, just deal a lot more. You're like,
Not
there's
be
some
assholes.
Well, who knows, bro? Like, you know how like some people have to take a Xanax before they deal with people?
Yeah.
Like, maybe it's the same thing.
Yeah, Sheiky, maybe you should put the Xanax down and
Nice.
Oh yeah, bro.
and fucking think about microdosing, bro.
Yeah, no. I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's not always something that is that makes you just like fucking trip balls like crazy, guys. Because anytime people think mushrooms, I think they think they're gonna trip balls completely.
Yeah.
Nah, that's only if you eat a lot.
Yeah, but it still has that, like, it's crazy because, like, when you do party or when you fucking, like, you smoke or you do whatever, you kind of, you know what's going to happen. But, like, if you've never tried it, like, there's still, like, a big mystery and fear behind it.
Somebody said in the chat room, andas bien grifo, Martin.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, somebody
Fuck yeah, I am. Are you kidding me?
Pina Guzman's like, andas bien grifo, Martin.
Oh, that's Changa. I think that's Changa. No, that's not Changa. There's Changa Guzman that usually logs on.
She said, yeah, she's scared to shroom too. She said,
There you go.
I need some ayahuasca in my life. You ever
Damn,
done it?
ayahuasca. That's
What's-
some whole different shit.
Yeah.
I've never tried ayahuasca.
Where was the limit? I mean, where was the line? Like where you had to draw the line? You were just like, you know what? I'm not gonna try that. Like,
When I was young, I didn't have a line.
Damn, you were just like, fuck it, break
Yeah.
up the lines.
Yeah, I didn't. I was dumb. I was really, really dumb. If it was there, and everybody else was doing it, I was doing it.
So you tried acid?
I did.
Yeah. What age?
Fuck.
You did
High
it-
school. High school for sure.
did it a
So,
lot?
I didn't know, but I did do it a couple of days straight.
Damn, like just back to back.
Yeah, yeah. That. I think that was what fucked. Like, you know, I don't think that's doing it a lot, but I think that's kind of like for like a teenager. I think that's like. I mean, a lot of people did it, so it's not like I was the only one that did it. And before that, like they were doing that shit on the reg. Back in the fucking 60s and 70s, there was fucking LSD everywhere.
yeah.
There was LSD fucking everywhere.
Damn.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, for sure. They were doing experiments in colleges with it.
They dried it out. They dried it out because now it's hard to get some LSD.
Yeah, it was, I mean, I don't know why it was just, it totally slipped into the fucking, it totally slipped into the 80s for sure. For sure. I don't know if, I can't say that I did anything in that, like, in the 90s, I never saw shit.
What
Me
about-
personally.
What else was popping at the time where you did that? Like what were those drugs of choice, dog? Like, you know, like right now, like if you go
Bro.
if I go party, like fools are just like popping pills and doing coke. You know
See,
what
that was a different time though, bro. Like you know how there's meth heads right now?
Yeah.
All right, so back then, like, it was our first rash of meth heads, because that was when fucking, like, when I was in high school, when I was in middle school, it was already out there, but when I was in high school, fucking crack was everywhere.
Damn.
Everywhere. Everybody was fucking smoking. I ain't give a fuck who you were. If you were partying, you were smoking fucking crack.
It
People were
was like
smoking
the
crack.
cheapest shit back then, wasn't it?
It was just fucking.
Imagine it was like Felipe was saying that shit was good, dog.
No, that shit. I mean, look, I could never, dude. Like, the fact that I remember, like, everybody I knew had tried it. You know, it wasn't like anything that was like you knew that people got fucking, you know, strung out, and next thing you know, they're fucking sucking dick or fucking like just, you know, robbing everybody for fucking to get more. Like, it got to that. Like, that was like a lot of people.
Damn.
A lot of people were right there.
So you dealt with homies telling you like, hey Martin, come try some of this bomb ass crack, dog.
Well, no, it was more like they didn't even know it was crack. Bro, I the first time I ever smoked fucking a rock was, they called it freebasing.
Oh, so you did try it?
Yeah, I did. Like the first time, like they said, hey, we're gonna go freebase, and I'm like, what is that? I think I've told this story before, but it was legit. Like, you know, like what is that? Like, I didn't even know that it was coke. Like, they just said it's freebase. And then I told my neighbor, bro, you gotta try this shit. It was fucking amazing. He goes, well, what is it? I go, it's fucking freebase. And he goes, but what's the drug? I go, fucking freebase, bro. It's fucking freebase. Like, I had no fucking clue what I had just fucking smoked, but I knew that it was an amazing fucking high.
Damn.
Yeah, I was probably like, fuck, maybe 15?
What does the high
15,
feel
16?
Fuck, dog.
15, 16, maybe 16.
Yeah, what
Damn,
is that high
fool.
like?
Like 16, yeah, it could have been 7. Dude, it was like fucking, yeah, 16, like, yeah, for sure. How old are you, like, in fucking, like, 10th, 11th grade?
That's
Yeah,
like
about
16.
15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16, right around there.
You deserve that button right
Nice.
there.
No, but I mean, like, look, legit, it was fucking everywhere. You couldn't turn. And then, like, there was your peers, the people that were slanging it, had amazing fucking cars. As teenagers, they had like these fucking Nissans that were just off the fucking chain, bro.
240s.
Oh, dude, I don't even know what the fuck was in them, but everybody had speakers.
Mini trucks.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, you remember the
people
mini truck age?
There was teenagers walking around with grown people money. Teenagers, dog.
That'll make other people want to fucking start slanging.
Dude.
That's how it is now with the fools that sell pens. You know, like overstate. Like, you have fools in Miami that own condos off of selling vape pens. They don't even have to sell crack no more. Like, that's the era that the weed game is in right now.
What do you mean by that?
Like, you know how, like, you're like, oh, man, like, fools are having all this, like, money and all this shit off of, like, selling it because it was a hot commodity at the time. at least in like the weed game, like right now, like the equivalent to like the crack version is the fucking vape pens, bro. Because
everybody has a vape pen.
Everybody has a vape pen. Everybody fucking has a battery. Everybody has that. So like, you know, it's kind of funny that you mentioned it because like there is people in the industry that, you know, mostly in like other states that fucking, you know, like I said, 17-year-old kids, 19-year-old kids in Miami that are fucking own condos just because like they're killing it off of the vape pens, you know.
Fuck.
So it's crazy. So it's, I guess every drug culture has its own fucking, you know, crack.
Its own crack. Yeah, no. I mean, listen.
Hey, Raz, dude,
everybody.
look, do you really got to play on how to smoke crack right now? Is that freebasing?
Nice. That's ghetto freebasing for sure.
That's how you end up with Alzheimer's, bro.
Probably.
He's having a great old
So
time. Look.
I don't know how in the fuck we got so like, or I should have said unfortunate or fortunate. I don't know. But the first time that I smoked it was a big production, and there was a big glass pipe, cotton balls, and motherfucking alcohol.
A big glass. That sounds like a first aid kit.
Dude, it was like this. They heated this thing up, and then you fucking like it was like this big glass pipe, and you heated it up real slowly, but it was big, and then you just took the slow hit, and you saw the fucking smoke coming at you. It was like that was. I didn't smoke off of aluminum. Like that's how I was introduced. This is what they legit said to me: hold your hair back, because I had long hair. Hold your hair back so the flame doesn't get it, and then just fucking hit it really slow.
Damn, so like he had the heady crack hit, fool.
Dude, it was insane, right? Like fucking.
He had like, you know how we have all these crazy glass?
In retrospect, I was probably in a crack house.
What'd you feel like after smoking it?
Like fucking you were on top of the goddamn world.
Really? That good?
Yeah, dude. No, I'm not like endorsing it or nothing. It's fucking.
Yeah.
Hey, Raz, dude,
but
like,
there's a reason why it's not addicting. You just fucking.
I get it, Raz, dude. Like, people smoke crack. You don't need to. He's playing all these clips of like people smoking
That's
crack.
funny, dude.
Like,
That's fucking. No, but listen. That many people were smoking crack. People were smoking crack people were fucking grabbing rocks from the street trying to light them, thinking it was crack. No, seriously. Like they would hope
it would turn into crack, like for real.
Dude, it was insane. Like they're looking so hard. Yes, this is the little fucking speckle that fell earlier. Dude, insane like that.
that's crazy, man.
No, that's fucking like crazy talk, dude. Because when you like, it took down a lot of motherfuckers, dude, in the hood back then.
You know, that's.
Which is good that now so I couldn't compare vape pens because I feel like they're way safer.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, like in that
Yeah.
sense, but I meant like in the money, I'm making hella money sense.
Oh, got it. The business
Come
side.
on,
of it.
Raz. This was like watching like American Chrome crack video. It's cool. That's enough, Raz. What the fuck? This is just randomly. I bet these are clips he probably takes himself when he's driving from Skid Row, like on Skid Row. 'Cause
Every day.
He films himself. He gets out and just stands in the middle with all these bums.
He has a wide collection, I bet.
Yeah, he has a white collection. Scumbag.
Catalog.
Yeah, man. Well, hey, Martin, what is it? Where can the people who have been watching the show follow you at? Or like, you have any upcoming shows?
So, yeah, we're doing our 100th episode for the podcast over at Harvell's on the 22nd, which is fucking Monday, dude. We're having our fucking extravaganza, bro. Fucking
Next Monday?
yeah, this coming the 22nd. It's this coming Monday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where it's gonna be like motherfuckers dressed in costumes.
I'll probably be there.
Yeah, you coming out?
Yeah, if my costume gets here on time.
Fuck nice.
You're gonna dress up as?
You'll see it, bro. I got
He's
a
gonna
top
dress up as a
quality
maid.
costume.
As a what?
I got a
As a
top
maid.
quality costume.
As a vape?
A maid.
A maid?
Yeah, that's it. A maid.
Do you dress up
Yeah, I do.
every Halloween?
Not every Halloween, but like if there's like a party or an event, yeah, like I'll do it. It's a good time.
You go hard?
Not like hard, but like I'll participate.
I've been with E-Zone at In-N-Out dressed like a
Spider-Man
ninja.
suit. All right.
I mean that's my taste, but yeah, I guess it's going hard, but yeah. Why you didn't dress? up?
No. I've dressed up, dude. I've gone like I've dressed like in full makeup as the goddamn Joker with the hat and the fucking shiny suit.
Damn. Yeah, straight up.
I tried to win a fucking costume contest in Glendale, and I went with some people like, and it turns out that it was a costume contest, but also a salsa contest, like salsa dancing. Yeah, bro. So I show up. I got probably one of the best fucking costumes in the. Like, my costume is the fucking shit. Everybody's all like, "God damn, that costume's gonna win," right? And they're like, so they picked all the couples who were finalists for the fucking contest, and then they had a dance off.
Damn.
Yeah. So now you're out there, but now you gotta dance in the costume, bro. I can't dance salsa without a fucking costume. I'm out there, dude. And these motherfuckers knew how to salsa. Like, they knew that it was a salsa contest attached to the costume contest.
Was there a Batman fool right there competing against you?
Oh, dude, there was a fucking dude dressed all disco, and he had like stuffed his groin with a big ass bulge, like an oversized bulge. And this motherfucker had this chick who had like a big ass fucking like a big to-do wig, you know, and they were fucking killing it, bro. They were fucking killing. They rehearsed that shit. I didn't have a chance. So anyway, yeah, but I do dress up.
That's right, man. I'm glad you still participate, man. I know Sheiky, he doesn't really care.
You don't
What the
care?
fuck are you talking about, bro? You asked me this question earlier, and I said I do.
What are you gonna dress up as?
I'm probably gonna be Hulk Hogan this year.
Okay.
I'm gonna say some borderline racist shit and see what happens.
Damn.
That's right. Well, you know, I want to thank you. I'm gonna give you a round of applause for coming up and talking with us here on the first half of the We Don't Smoke the Same show. And for all the followers and all the people out there, they want to go ahead and check you out. Where can they follow you at, bro?
Listen, I'm freaking stoned, brother. MartinMoreno.com. All this, like, literally, seriously, all the fucking links are at MartinMoreno.com for all the shit that I got coming up. It's a fucking, we got the Yo podcast. I forgot to tell you about the freaking Yo podcast, bro, with Hooter. And
that's your son?
Yeah, brother. It's a freaking, dude, I am fucking high as balls, dude.
With you, I'm right there.
No, you're not. Are you?
Yes.
You know what?
I feel like you're just saying that to make me feel
No,
good.
I'm pretty high off.
You know what we should do, bro? I'm gonna take this idea from the chat room. We should dress up as the devil and I should dress up as Jesus, or we should.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we should
Why
fight, bro.
Why do you get to be Jesus, bro, when you're the one who acts like the fucking devil?
Okay, fine. Then I'll be the devil, and then you be Jesus, and then we
All right,
fight.
cool.
And then, you know, like, we should just stage it. It's a costume fight. We
Let's
call
do
it
this.
Halloween fades.
We gotta do it in like the middle of the street during traffic, though.
Yeah, like at 6 o'clock. Just
Jesus
come out
fighting
there
the devil, bro.
just start fighting, bro. And have a
That's
bunch,
awesome.
You gotta hop out of a car though and do it.
hop out of like a limo.
Whatever.
Like just hop out and just start
With
fighting.
a wrestling mask.
Yeah, bro.
Nice.
These are just ideas. Shout out to Gabriel Malone for suggesting that or inspiring that idea. We're going to go ahead and get into this quick break and get into our second guest, Enuff Glass over here, man. And we're going to go ahead and talk about this, you know, the way he gets down on the torch, you know. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to show this piece that I'm jealous that he's going to give to Be Real.
BeReal.tv.
All right, we're fucking back here on the We Don't Smoke the Same show with our second guest of the night, Enuff Glass, man. First of all, what's I don't want to just call you Enuff, bro. We gotta legit.
My real name's Dallas.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Dallas, like Diamond Dallas Page.
Yeah. I get a lot is Texas too, of course. But
You get a lot of Texas.
yeah, or Dallas Reigns, you know.
Man, but fuck, dude. You're like, I usually, when I have a lot of glass artists up here, like I like having fools that already have like a signature with their sculpture, and like I remember the way I ended up with this attachment, like really was, I was at this sesh on Sunday, and one of the patients knocked over my rig and it broke the real one, you know, and I was like, I'm one of those people that like I can't buy shit online. I don't like it.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm the same way.
Yeah, like I have to have it in my hand. Like I have the fucking money and I'll pay extra, but like I need to have it today. So I started making phone calls and people were like, "Yo, you got like if you need one by tomorrow, hit up La La Land Smoke Shop." By the way, shout out to La La Land Smoke Shop.
Yeah, La La.
But what is it? They were just like, "Yo, like they have some attachments starting at pretty good prices." So I went over there and I saw it and it caught my eye and stuff like that, but I didn't really know exactly what it was right away, but then like when I realized, I was like, oh shit, it's like your signature as a glass artist it's a T-Rex skull, right?
Yeah.
Damn, a straight T-Rex skull, man. How did that come about, bro? Cause like,
Man, that's a good one. So I mean, dude, as a kid, like I always loved fucking T-Rexes, dinosaurs, like everything.
Jurassic
just like
Park
that.
shit?
Yeah, dude, like that Jurassic era. Like I like the history behind it, like just jungle, like all that. Dude, I just loved it. And then, dude, it's I got into the glass scene. Like my parents, they loved glass. They collected huge marbles of soft glass, you know, and
like not even on the stoner shit. They
yeah,
just
no,
like glass.
yeah, dude, 100%. Like my mom, my grandma, and my aunt, dude, they all just they loved glass.
They were all heady.
Yeah, and like definitely, dude, old school shit. Like, you know, they spent like a few $100s on big ass marbles. You know,
That's pretty heady, bro. Like
back
if my
then,
grandma
yeah.
fucking bought some shit like that, I'd be like, yo, like you was buying $100 marble, grandma. Like,
Yeah, well, now you see them, dude. They're in like thrift shops for like $20. It sucks.
Yeah.
It sucks for the artist, but you know, you see some good big name dudes out there that they're still in museums and stuff like that. But yeah, so I got into that, and dude, like I was of course always in the weed industry, you know, growing, smoking, fucking helping homies out and shit. And
what came first, growing or
growing? Definitely, dude. I fucking the day that I saw my brother growing weed one day, and I was just like, I fucking want to do that. Like, you know what I mean? And
Did you smoke weed already though? Like
yeah. Like I remember I got into a stash a few times, you know, fucking like you know, like kicked it with the homies, like you know, we blazed and we did other things, and yeah, we definitely did our shenanigans. But dude, as soon as I mean, I'll tell you, man, like I love growing. It's hard work, but I got bored of it for a little bit. Like I don't know if I was just at the time with the laws, everything, you know, worries. I was just like, you know what, fuck, dude. Like I'm kind of like I want to do something a little different. Like I want to put my mind to something a little different, just than challenging myself with all these people growing weed. I want to do something that's gonna, you know, push me a little bit more. I fucking just caught myself watching like Revere Glass and going on YouTube and watching just like hella fucking the glass blowing videos and that. And then a couple of my buddies, it was cool. Like my buddy from Philly, he came out here, was blowing glass at this guy Corey's shop, and then he just a shit ton of like younger glass blowers just kind of getting into it and doing it, and they were giving opportunities. My homie was like, yo, cruise through, dude. Like let's fucking you get on the torch. I'll show you something. I fucking didn't leave his shop for 3 days, dude. I was fucking.
That's how much you liked it right away.
Dude, I literally like he was like, hey bro, like I'm gonna go to sleep. You got to dip. I'm like, all right. Like I fucking was there like before he was even at his shop. You
and
know
how
what I mean?
how old are you with this? Like,
this was 3 years ago, dude.
3 years ago. So
yeah.
and that's like that's how you've been barely getting like 3 years ago. You were
pushing, bro, every day, like 14 hours days on the torch.
You were like on some
bro,
Eminem
like,
shit, but like behind the torch.
Hell yeah. I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
you
you
know
were
what I mean? Like,
you were just like, yo, like this torch is ready.
Gotta go hard.
Gotta
bro,
make
like,
these headies. What were you like making before like you decided you're like, you know what, this is where it's at. By the way, if you case for the people in the chat room, if you're wondering what we're smoking in regards to extract, I just took a dab in Invader Extracts. Make sure you follow him. Take some of the shatter. By the way, that's where you're gonna take some shatter of Invader Extracts, and then I'm gonna dab some of this traveling high concentrates. That's some wax Pervert. I got a lot of fucking wax options, but I've been dabbing a lot of this Invader Extract because he just brought a fuckload of flavors out here. So shout out to him.
Good.
But what came? You know, so you were talking like what came before the signature? Like how did you come about this? Like was it just
so like when it came like with the signature and everything, dude. I don't know.
3 years, you know, like you know, some fools take forever to figure out. Like, I'm gonna do this.
So like, I mean, dude, when I got into glass blowing, I knew that like I was like, all right, like I want to do something that I'm not stealing anyone's idea. I want to have my own signature. I want to have my own idea behind it. But like, I had three huge inspirations that caught my eye on the day-to-day basis on Instagram and online and back in the day watching, you know, Pipe Dream Classics, I believe it's called. You know, you can see it on YouTube, it's cool videos, but it's Darby Holmes, you know, he was the first person I saw doing, you know, donuts on pieces. I made like a little beaker with the donut coming up, and I was like, wow. He has a little
cactus, right?
He does like cactuses, but like he would do like the ray guns a lot, dude, and the ray guns, and he had like like the cactus, he would just have it coming off, but he would do like ray guns, and there would be like donuts, and sometimes he did a production piece that was just a beaker with a sick donut that would come up, you know, just sick little fucking shit, dude, and I saw how the splash guard was on it, how it worked well, and I was like, damn, that's really cool. Like, how can I incorporate it into something, you know? And then I love elbow and buck, dude. Like those are like unfortunately I can't afford a buck, but I mean,
fuck, dude, those things are like that shit's like a Hummer, bro.
100%, yeah.
Like I remember like Dave's brought one of those like Redwood. We have a friend Redwood Dave. He makes these. In case you're not familiar, Buck Glass makes these fish. He makes these like they kind of like piranhas.
And
almost.
T-Rex skulls too. He makes like all like stuff to scale, like to detail, dude. It's like insane. Like his work is crazy.
Man, I mean this is the worst thing about the peak. Whenever
Did it just die on you?
It just died. But this is why I have two peaks, Sammy, or whoever can hear this. There is a peak in my car. My car is outside. Ray, please go get my black peak. Oh yeah, but man, that's not too many fools like pay attention to like the architect behind something like this, because you're playing with fire, and the term playing with fire,
Literally.
like you're literally playing with fire, and the term playing with fire, like there's a good chance you might get burned. So like for you to be able to sculpt things out of there, like how long did it take you for you to like be like to perfect it? Like you're like, all right, you know what, I can do this, because once you get your signature as a glass artist, or like what you're gonna be doing, like for example, like Muller Glass has the voodoo dolls, Matt Robertson's has the giraffes, and and the safari animals. Like you incorporated this in so many ways. Like I even have a smaller regular rig that that I was gifted as well. It's just like it's like a different head but on a different body. There's more glom ups on there if you want. And
I'm actually gonna re-hit it.
like what was the first one that you did? And you were like, oh, you still have that piece, the one you did first?
I do actually.
Damn, not too many people keep it because you're like, oh, I gotta sell this.
Man, I got offered like $4K for it before, and I literally will never sell that thing just because that's like that shop got me that piece got me into my first shop that really taught me a lot, dude. Like I mean, I've been in a couple of shops, but that shop was like a real fucking shop, dude. Like 100%, just heady artists all day, dude. Like Hoobs, fucking Nerve, fucking.
It was
Matt Robinson.
It was like a shop that how we would consider like a shop on a Ziggy's or Rodeo or La La Land.
It was behind
scale,
Ziggy's.
yeah.
It was Ziggy's. It was Classic 33. That's the shop that I was in, and that piece got me in there, dude. Like I remember, like I've known Hoobs, dude. I've met him, multiple times. He's a really nice dude, really cool, fucking huge inspiration, amazing artist.
I've been on the same podcast episodes with that fool, like,
hell yeah.
And Matt Robertson, and let me tell you, like, Hoobs is very, very, very chill compared to Matt.
Oh yeah,
like, yeah.
Matt's ready to party, bro. He's cool as fuck. I love
Matt's
Matt,
like Steve-O, bro. He's just like, fuck it, let's do this shit.
No,
like,
I wouldn't say like Steve-O. Steve-O's
he's
a little
down
wild,
like Steve-O,
but
bro.
He's down to have some fun for sure. Fuck yeah, dude. Like
he's just like, you know what, dude? Let's fucking do it. Like, like it's.
I love Matt, dude. Matt's cool. Same with Hoobs. I love him too. They're both fucking badass people, dude. They have their fun.
Is this year like, all right? So for Glass Boy, like, how when people have an audition for like actors, they go to auditions. Like rappers have a fucking a cipher or whatever, and like is that how you audition? You take like your masterpiece to a shop, and you're like, yo, we don't smoke the same smoke shop, like like this is I'm such and such artist, and this is what I make, and I have these for sale. And is that like considered like a Glass artist audition?
No, like, dude, it wasn't even necessarily like an audition. It was more like, I mean, first off, they gotta be able to meet you and have that, and like like shout out to Ziggy's too. They're like, he's backed me since day one, dude.
Shout out
like
to Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos, dude. He's backed me since day one, dude. He fucking, he was the one that was like, dude, like, he saw the piece and was like, this is fucking dope. Like, he's like, I want you to come and work in the studio. Like, would you be down to pay, and work at the studio? And I'm like, fuck yeah, bro. Like, I'm down. Like,
He's one of those dudes that, like, it doesn't, like, if I were to ever see him in the street, even if I saw him smoking a blunt, I would never think he has that much love for the glass culture. But that's the thing about, like, even with me, like, that's what got me into the community or, like, the industry. Like, the fact that I love like I went to my first AIDS show and I was like, what the fuck is this? Like, there's way more pieces out there than the regular bongs at the Armo smoke shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
And I was like, I thought a fucking spoon pipe was heady as shit. And then you see these sculptures and shit, and you're like, oh, like, I am far behind. This sucks.
Dude, there's definitely some, like, really crazy intricate work, and some underrated artists too that do some really intricate work too, for sure. And when you go to those, like, that's what I love about those expos, is it's literally like you could say it's a shit show in a sense, because it's just like a bunch of like just wooks just thrown together, just like ready to fucking have fun, man. Like Like, you know, like the best ones are in Vegas. Like those are
Fuck
the most
yeah,
fun,
that's
you
like,
know?
that's like spring. That's like MTV Spring Break, but like in Vegas with glass
edition.
blowers.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Like I forgot what glass blower. I was in this party, bro, and I want to remember his name. Like he makes the dinosaurs too, but like
Elbow?
yes,
Yeah, that's one of my big inspirations, dude, 100%.
I didn't know he DJs.
Yeah,
So this
yeah.
motherfucker's DJ, and like all these fucking looks are going like wow, like this is like in the 32nd floor. They're like,
Yeah, that
like
was...
we're like, what the fuck is this shit? Like this shit. I was like, yo, I literally felt like this is like Comic Con meets what is it like Girls Gone Wild / fucking Spring Break, because you see a whole side of everybody, bro. Like you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, definitely. No, it's cool. You know, you get to see everybody like partying. You're like, you get faces behind, you know, pieces and images and just all that, and like Instagram names and all that. It's funny, dude.
Yeah, like you know the craziest thing when you go to those events, it's like, let's just say like I met Sheiky and he's a glass blower from like, what is it, Kansas or Oregon? No, well not Oregon, but like North Dakota or some shit. And he comes and like he's like, yeah, I dab, and I'm like, dude, I'm a big fan, Sheiky. You know, I'm like, I'm gonna smoke you out, and I'm over here like from, you know, it's like LA. I'm bringing you some of the reserve that I got from like, you know, from Be Real. There's more here. You know?
Oh, fuck,
yeah.
I'm so bad.
What is it? Like, I'm like this. I got this reserve from like, you know, from Be Real, this and that, and I smoke him out, and then you know he's not from or he's not used to it, and I end up fucking him up. It's crazy.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
That happened to me, bro. Like cause one of my favorites is Molar Glass. You know, like
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
He's a cool dude.
And he's very chill. You know, he's a family man. You
Yeah,
know?
100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, he's like a dad, dude. You know?
Yeah,
Like,
so bro, like me being so hyped, you know, like I was like, oh man, like let me dab you out, bro. Like out of the piece I just bought from you, dog. Like, and I gave him some insane OG, and he was cool. Like you know, up until the point where it started hitting like really bad, and I just felt so bad because like he
got all super quiet or something.
No, he got super quiet to the point where he was just like this.
He's like, I'm ready for a nap.
And like on his head down on the table, and I was just like, dude, I can't apologize many times. And he was like, it's not even your fault. And I ended up seeing him the next day at breakfast time, and he was like, dude, my bad last night. I was so like.
I'll tell you right now,
wrecked.
dude. Like I can't speak for him 100%, but I've been in those situations myself, and like the whole glass blowing and dad life. It's hard, man. Like you're fucking trying to be there with your kid, you're doing everything like that, but then you're trying to like make your products, sell yourself, do all this, you know, keep up with the, you know, the shops, this and that. Like, man, like you probably could have caught him on a day where he just didn't sleep at night because he fucking worked so hard glass blowing, and then when he went to go to sleep, his kid was awake, ready to play, and he couldn't go to sleep, you know, like.
That's true.
You know, and then like and then he goes like, fuck, now I gotta go to another event. Goes to the event, and then you give him a fat dab, and he's like, it's not your fault, bro. You know what I mean?
He's like, this life is just fucking me up right now, dude.
You know, like,
I didn't think about it like that, man. Like, yeah, let's shout out to Molar Glass. You know, he's one of I have that's one of my pieces right here from him. It's one of my favorites, man.
His work is super dope. The sandblasting and the carving on it, and just how he gets the finish on it, and everything is polished and oil it's dope, dude. Like,
what's some of the craziest collabs that like you've like gotten? Because like when you collab with some of the glass blowers that you look up to, or like you know like you are just aspiration in a sense, like have you like it's almost like you getting that feature from your favorite rapper, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, for sure.
So like, is there like what are some of the collabs that you've gotten on your checklist?
I think like hands down, like my favorite was when I got to meet Alex, dude. His Algae Glass. He's a super cool dude. Fucking got close to him. He's cool. He's helped me out like a couple times. Like I had a moment I fucked my torch up, dude. I couldn't work for like 3 months, and he lent me a torch, bro. And fucking I wouldn't have been able to keep my family fed and my shit. Like shout out Algae, fucking pulled some G shit right there, you know, and that was cool. And
that's some real homie shit right there.
Yeah, you know, like and when I met him, you know, I was like, yo, dude, like, would you be down to do a collab? Like, I have someone that wants to do some caps with your tech, you know, and I did that, and that was really cool, you know. It was cool to meet him and to become friends with him. That's the thing about with collabing with people is it becomes more of like. Dude, it's like a family. Like, you become like super close to that person. That's why it can suck. Like, you can collab with someone and then business gets involved and you guys might not agree with something, and then, dude, like an argument happens, and then you forever have resentment towards that person, or they might have that towards you, or whatever, and then that'll bring like that tension towards that relationship. You might never want to collab with them, which sucks because in an art world, like, you want to be able to have those collaborations with everyone to give it to the people, but you might not want to fuck with that person personally just because you don't personally like them. You know what I mean? Like. But like, you know, it's hard. It's like, it's almost like when you're working with someone, it's like a marriage, man. You bring them in your home, You're bringing them into your studio. You're letting them touch your tools, your everything. If they don't know how to do something properly, they could fuck something up that could ruin the whole night. You know what I
burn
mean?
your house.
Yeah, burn your house down. Like, you know what I mean? Like all kinds of shit, dude. Like, so like to have someone in there, like it's relieving when you get to have a homie that knows what the fuck they're doing and they're actually like on the same level.
That's respected as an artist the same way you are.
100%, dude. Like not even just respected, dude. I have homies that like don't even really put their name out there, but just like to blow glass and they enjoy it. They don't put their things out. They don't really even sell it.
I've met a lot of dudes that that like, you know, for example, like I have like a dude that has a resume, like his name is Enuff Glass, right? Like or he's like it's ET.
I've heard of that.
And he's like 25 fucking years into this shit, bro. But he does not care for Instagram.
Yeah, doesn't try and put up
Doesn't give a fuck about none of that shit. He just makes heady shit. He makes it quick, and he likes people buying it.
Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot of OG heads that are like that, dude. I mean, like I know fucking fools that literally they've been blowing glass for 30 years that literally don't have an Instagram, and what they do is they make a bunch of pieces and they have a venue near their place that they just go to every fucking weekend, and there's shows and they sell their pipes right in the parking lot. They'll pay for parking, pull in, sit there. That's basically, you know what I mean, all day. They just sit there and fucking sell pipes, meet a bunch of people, trades, fucking, you know what I mean?
Yep.
You know, like if you live in like the Midwest or some shit, that's some of the coolest ways to get bomb herb, you know? You have some dude that drove all the way from Cali, like to fucking Nebraska, you know what I mean? And then you're fucking sitting there and you're like, yo, dude, like, can I get a pipe? Like, I drove all the way here, I broke my pipe, and you're like, yeah, like, you want to just do a trade? You end up getting some, like, fucking fire herb or something, you know? Like, fuck.
What, I mean, speaking of trades, man, like, like, have you ever had any crazy come-ups as a trade, bro? Like, you're like, yo, man, like, I want this piece, so, like, here, I'm going to just give you my rollie. Like, you know, like, like, some shit, like, you know, like,
I mean, never really like come up like that, you know. Like for the most part, I mean, I don't really sell directly. I always, you know, all my work usually goes to the shops and do that. The only time it's directly is like when it's like I'm at an event or you know, I'm having like a show somewhere or something like that. Definitely been offered a lot of like stuff like wax and, you know, obviously meds like crazy, you know. But nothing really crazy. I did have a homie one time. He broke a piece of mine. And it was actually Hoop's glass piece. It was one of his shoes.
Fuck.
Yeah, and
like shattered, like irreplaceable.
He fucked it up, dude. Like it was bad. Like so, you know. Long story short, he fucking came up by 7 o'clock that night with the cash, and put it in hand. And I honestly was like, yo, bro, I'm just gonna say right now, like that's the most honorable shit I think you could do. Like you're a straight man, bro. Shook his hand. I'm homies with that dude to this day. Like he fucking. You guys ever want to pour up a good drink? Go fucking get a Chronic Elixir, dude. You check that shit out. That shit's fire, you know. Shout out to those dudes.
Chronic Elixir?
Yeah, dude. That's the homie that runs that shit. They got some bomb shit. If you, I'll get you some too to fuck with.
Yo, that is crazy, man. But you know, I've seen situations, we've witnessed situations where somebody's broken a $12,000 rig.
Nothing ever gets mentioned.
And nothing
again.
ever got resolved. And
That's what I'm saying.
This person got resentment and like, you know, in their heart for this shit, and it's fucking crazy.
I think we want to fucking hurt somebody, bro.
Oh, like
you know what I mean?
It's happened before, man. Like, and it's, you know, like there's been times where like that has happened. Like I've seen that with other homies where I'm just like, hey, dude, like if you don't press that person for like their money back, I was like, that was a one piece, you know, like you're gonna have to get something back, you know, like at least that's the honorable shit. That's just glass code. Like
I mean, dude, if you're fucking breaking like 5K and up, you better be ready to hand over a car.
Yeah, right.
Like fuck, you're like, yo, bro, you're taking the bus, dog. Like, sorry.
Be like, I'm taking that 03 Civic, dog. Yeah. Be like, low mileage, it's just what I needed, dog.
Yeah, it's under 100, I'm down. Let's go. I can put that shit another like 200,000, you know.
Be like, I'll put this shit on Craigslist and get my other rig back.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's nuts, man. What's the most expensive piece you ever made, though? Like,
I think the most expensive piece I've ever made and sold was 2,000. Pretty sure.
2K?
Yeah, 2K.
Okay.
It's the highest I've ever gone. I'm very, very reasonable with my prices. I mean, like I've said, I've only been in the game for 3 years. Still building my name, still doing my thing, but I still like to keep it reasonable.
But I mean, it's like your glass has been like seen like by a lot. Like I mean, for example, like you made a piece for B-Real, you know, and he
fuck yeah, shout out B-Real.
He hit me up like because he saw this one and I brought it over when they were filming at Iceland one day, and then like. You know, because he got hooked up with a peak, and I was like, fuck, man. I was like, now I got to make my shit different than yours. So I came through with this, and he was like, damn, who made that? Like, but he wasn't like, oh, that shit's hard because he doesn't give you that reaction. He's like, oh, who made that? You know, like just very like.
It's
looks-
genuine.
yeah,
That's
like
what's
it
up.
looks
No,
nice,
that-
you know.
that's-
So
you know you caught his eye. That's
so
good. I
so
fucking respect
so
that.
like I'm like,
Fuck
oh,
yeah.
it's the homie and this and that. He was like, oh, that's cool. You should invite him sometime. And I was just like, why? Do you want to be real? And then like he's like, it would be cool. like you know, like.
Yeah,
and then I was like, I will talk to him, bro. Like you know, and shout out to you and
Yeah,
shout out to B
mad,
for.
mad respect to you, bro.
Yo, man,
I
it's-
appreciate the love, dog. That's
And
all
you
love.
put passion in this shit, man. And it's like, and the way you you represent out there, man. It's you get it done, man. Like it's been getting out there. Like B hit this shit, then it ended up in that it's in the upcoming episode for next year of Bong Appetit. Like where Wiz Khalifa hits this shit. So
Fuck yeah.
yeah, it's just
I didn't know that. I saw Wiz hitting it, but I didn't know that much.
Nah,
detail.
that's where it's featured.
Damn,
on.
that
It's
shit.
crazy,
That makes
yeah.
it even better. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah. Much love, guys. Like,
Man,
yeah.
it's you don't really know like where like somebody's like same appreciation for your art that you make. You don't know where that appreciation might take you. It's like the same way with music, where somebody gets impacted by a track or somebody listens to something and they're like, oh, like
Moves
this,
them.
yeah, and it moves them. It's the same thing with this. It's like, oh, like you can have that attachment, but I'll be like, oh, you haven't seen the little dinos yet. Like I was like, oh, you know, it's that kind of appreciation that just
yeah.
gets the word out, man. So just keep doing what you're doing, man, because it's.
I appreciate that, bro.
It's one of those.
Thank you, bro.
It's one of those things, man, where it's not easy. I wish I could color in lines. You know,
Dude,
like,
I was fucking shocked, bro, when I saw that. Like when I first I see you sent me that, I see you hitting it, and then you send me that B-roll's hitting it, and I was like, what the fuck? Then B-roll's asking me for one. I'm like, whoa, dude. And then next morning I wake up and I have like all these likes and shit, and people telling me go look at this video, and I was like, what do you mean? And it's Wiz hitting. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, dude, that's fucking dope. Like I was pumped. I was definitely blown away from it. You know what I mean? It was a cool fucking moment for sure.
hell
It
yeah,
definitely
man.
pays off for all the nights that I stayed up working hard to fucking keep pushing. You know what I mean? Like
That's right, man.
Yeah.
I'll take a dab to that, man. And what about what is it? What do you like dabbing, man? Like.
I love oil. I mean, I love it all, bro. Like I grew up in the perfect era. I feel like right when I started smoking, like dabs wasn't around really. Like there was hash and shit. You know what I mean? Like I smoked a
Yeah.
lot of fucking hashish. We had bowl pieces with the holes in the top and the side. Throw them in there, Karibo on.
Yeah.
Get high as fuck off that, and then. Like we smoked flower a lot, you know, and then I got into that because you know flower just kind of took too long to get high for me. So I'm like, I can't really spend like 2 hours sitting here smoking weed and like getting 2/8 done. I'd rather just take a gram of fucking hash and hit this shit for like 20 minutes and then be high for like 2 hours, you know?
Yeah, I like smoking a lot of oil, man. It's
Yeah.
like,
Now it's turning to oil.
Yeah, that's it. Just evolved, man. Yeah, but is it? I'm not gonna lie, man. Shout out to Invader Extracts for if you want to come up in here and tell them where to follow you, dog. You can come up on here and just tell them real quick before because C-Rock did not.
That slab's bomb.
Yeah.
C-Rock did not make it tonight, by the way. So he couldn't make it. So we're not gonna have a closeout, but.
Yeah,
I love it though, man, because it worked out. It worked out in a sense where it's like I got to really get to know both of my guests. Look at this like slab right
it's
here.
like, it's really nice. The consistency is like really shattering.
Oh, that's scary, bro. I was like, but you know what though?
Say no glove, no love. But
This is the shit. He does this shit too, because he this is his company. At least what is it? Invader Extracts.
thank you for the dabs, bro. It's fire.
And you be doing that kind of shit all the time, like taking the slabs and be like, yo, it's fucking.
Yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
you guys gotta do that right now. I mean,
I'm down. I'll do it.
Let's do it, man.
I'm not afraid. Let's do it.
You know what though? I need a piece to be heated up for Sheiky though. Somebody heat him up in that red fucking. What piece is that? Is that yours, Alley Bros?
The
Yeah,
Voorhees.
the Voorhees.
Yeah.
Yeah, he Sheiky up, and then we'll all take a piece of the slab and we'll all dab it.
2 grams each.
Oh shit.
I don't know about 2 grams each, but fuck that, dog. Hey, you remember that one time, bro? You really remember this? Like that one time where we would play those games when Cairo was a part of the show?
And he took it with no water?
No, he took it with no water, but that one time where they made me dab those like 10 grams.
10 grams.
Like it was fucked up, bro. Like it was a lot of
That's
grams.
Moco's coming out right
We
there.
played like, bro. I literally was like, I kept feeling like the temperature in my head going up and down. I was sweating. That like one of the homies, Carlos, fucking put me into the coldest room and put me under the AC, and he was like, just cough it out, and like fucking let the air hit you. He's like, none of these pussies is gonna pick you up if you get down, and he's like, and I sure as hell am gonna struggle doing it. So fucking like he's like, let's fucking do it. I need a little piece of that shatter though. Let me see some of that slab. Let me see. Pass
You
that.
better not get just a baby piece, man.
Okay, fine. I'll fucking clog my shit up.
Just tonight.
And then it's you too, because he has a rig now. He has it ready.
Let him get it. I'll go after him. I'm cool.
Okay,
I can
cool.
wait.
We're doing
I'm
the
cool.
old fashioned. All right, fuck it. Let's do it then. We're doing all three of them. That's what I'm talking about, man. This is dope, man. This is when the art and the art of art itself meets the art of dabs, and this is where it goes hand in hand. Like, it's its own culture, man. Like,
I like this
you know what I
one,
mean, like
too.
if you smoke dabs and you have like something creative behind, you know, like you're a story like of a glass artist that made the attachment for you or something like that, you understand what the culture means to you, because it's not something that's cheap, you know. For say, like, you know, don't get me wrong, there's different options for everybody, but it's not something that you know, like it's like I said, it's like buying art. Some people would be like, why the fuck do you have to buy, like, you bought a $2 million Picasso? It's like, well, dude, that's like, to me, like, that's an investment, and that's like that's something I love. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love art, so I'm gonna love it. So so I think it's like at least everybody here, like, we all understand like the value in the shit, and like everybody here respects your art, bro. That's what, like, you get me? It's like when you get to know the artist behind it, and because sometimes, man, you meet some of your favorite glass bros and they got no personality, because they've been staying in the woods for like 10 years, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Or they're just like, they don't really understand the culture necessarily, or maybe they're not like, dude, I've met glassblowers that just don't smoke, and they like, it's hard for them to relate, you know what I mean? Like, when you fucking smoke weed, dude, like, you fucking feel it. Like, you feel things. Like, your emotions hit you, you know? Like, you're able to connect to everything. Like, when you're fucking used to just, like, drinking a fucking Coors or some shit, you know what I mean? Like, all you know is drinking that Coors. Like, you know, like, you're not going to really feel shit. So, I feel it. There's definitely a few, but I respect that a lot, dude. I appreciate that. Like, much love. I feel you. I try and stay cool with everybody. Like,
I like that as we're having this conversation, I'm just watching my co-host. Yes, but like it's to the point. It's like, yo, because I feel that this is appropriate because he doesn't say shit half the time. Like the whole interview, he hasn't really said shit the whole time. So this is the most noise I've gotten out of him the whole time. So shout out to Invader Extracts for fucking coming through here. Like, I feel like, man, we should have just topped that off with some THCA. Like, what do you do with like what do you
made a salad, bro?
Yeah, what do you do with like that much fucking puddle, man? Like, it's crazy. Like, cause you know, like, have wax, like the way it's like, it's literally wax. Like, you know, like if I stick my hand in that candle wax, like when I take it out, it's gonna freeze up and it's gonna layer. So if that puddle were to get anywhere on you, you're fucked. You're completely fucked, man. Boy. and you're next, and then I'm next, and we'll end the show like that. By the way, shout out to all our fucking sponsors of the night.
Yeah, definitely.
In case you guys don't know where to follow them and you want to follow them, I'm a what is it? Read it. I'm gonna say them off one by one. Make sure you follow Bzzt Collective for all your Bzzt needs. Make sure you follow Mrs. Traveling High.
Yeah, fuck it.
That is on IG. That is on IG. Dazer Dabs.
Yeah, let's clean it.
Make sure you follow. Make sure you follow the homie who rolled the big joint.
Yeah, I'm just gonna do it.
Invader Extracts, Wax Pervert, and you know, everybody else who makes this possible. Shout out to, you know, Be Real TV for letting us have a show and fuck around, and shout out to fucking Raz Dude, fucking handling the fucking show like a fucking soldier. Yeah, even though he fucking hates his job sometimes. But big fucking shout out to, you know, Agua Luchas. Make sure you follow them. That's Agua Luchas. They make bottled aguas frescas, like tamarindo. Like, you know how they have Gatorade? This shit's legit. Like, they have limeade. They have fucking mandarin, and
it's like with real fruit and shit though too,
yeah,
right?
Bro,
Yeah,
like,
it's like better than
it's made like naturally, and they
Go to
came
Spot
by
on
and they
my
bought a
house.
couple cases. No trip. Well, I'll get to try it. They gave us a couple cases, so I can if you're thirsty, I'll cure the cotton mouth. And then on top of that, shout out to Lapu. Holy shit, dude!
Yeah, look at that.
Is that what they're gonna?
It's like what is that, a burrito?
Fuck, that's like a sushi thing.
It is kind of sushi, huh?
We'll go with the burrito.
And also big shout out to La Pupusa.
It's small enough to be sushi for sure. That's an expensive sushi cut right there.
That is an expensive sushi roll. Shout out to La Pupusa, downtown LA. They came through with the pupusas. What did you think, Sheiky? Their shits were fire? And Sheiky's face is so fucking fucked up right now. Like,
Yeah, everyone knows their torch, you know. I have that way. I feel like every household or like every stoner household has that like one torch that like only the original owner like knows how to fucking get it every single time. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I have that at my house. You know, my homies are always trying to do it. I'm like, give it to me, and I get it first try. They're like, what the fuck? Yeah.
Yeah, the one to be like, nah, I got it, dude. And I know we're going over, Raz, but we'll finish it right now. Just we won't go past 10. Yeah, man, it be like that, man. You see, you gotta heat it up at the right temperature for a glob that big. This is fucking nuts, man. Like, by the way, shout out to fucking Martin Moreno too for coming by as our other guest. Make sure you check out his podcast, Yo podcast. Damn.
It's gonna be murder for sure.
Ralph is gonna take this fucking Migo glob.
Yeah, I got all serious.
I know, like, it's because everybody's trying to fucking film this
like,
shit,
bro.
Like, I mean,
he's gonna throw up. He's gonna throw up.
It's because, like, fuck, that's like the. I mean, Sheik, you thought your shit was bad?
I'm going.
Go in, dog. Go in.
Oh! Ew. That is fucking wild, man. Yeah, that is a lot of fucking wax, man. Like, you definitely will have a coat of wax on your lung.
It's like blowing weird. I gotta like wait a little bit to let the mixture go.
Fuck, dude. Your lungs are like, come on, man. Yeah, man, that's how you fucking do it on the We Don't Smoke the Same show, man. You really don't smoke the same. And if Razdu wants one of these KO dabs, you can come get it all day.
Yeah, who needs a dab?
Yep. We're serving up dab fades.
We got the sushi rolls on deck.
Yeah, that's the equivalent to a dab fade.
Dab fades, run it up.
Yeah, I'd be like, heading out dab fades for sure. Yeah, man. So where can it get at you, Invader?
At Invader _Extracts.
So that's Invader _Extracts is where you can find some of these terps if you want some of this and you want to experience this. If you happen to ever meet Invader, he's probably gonna smoke you out like this because it seems like he has a lot of joy out of this shit.
Yeah, really.
Ask for the sushi roll.
Yeah, like ask for the sushi roll. That shit.
Ask for the sushi special.
The sushi special, man. I'm up next, but we're over a little bit on time, so we're probably gonna. Well, you know what? Nah, he fucking serve me up after this. Let's do it. I'll take the dab before we get off
I
here.
got a special mix for you.
Oh, come on, bro.
Come on, I got you. Bro.
Damn, this one said I got a special mix for you. Which one? Fucking A, man. Come on, dog. Let's not do this, dog. This is too much. And like I haven't gotten fucked up like this in a while. And it's like I had a long night last night.
You gonna sleep well tonight,
right?
And you know what? Since I'm a fat kid, I'm making you a s'more.
Fuck!
Hey, but it's a Clementine s'more.
All right, so I can, yeah.
It's a good one, you know? It's your favorite, bro.
Hey, look at this food. Hey, I feel like, is this all he does when you guys go to Vegas, dog? He just fucking just...
Yes.
He just fucking chops up fucking pieces of dabs and compares it to food?
Yeah, I can't.
Hey, what are your fucking neighbors at the balcony are like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy?
Hey, no lie, they probably look out like, damn, you were right there, buddy. One time a guy told me, hey, you were right up there.
For real?
Yeah, you were right up there. I was like, yeah, man, just some good shit. He's like, oh, I hear you. Like, it was cool, though. It wasn't all bad.
y'all toss him a joint down.
Yeah. Hey, Vegas is a crazy place, man. Doing fucking weed is
It's a lot better now that the weed's legal, bro.
Yeah, or
I remember
smoking
going
weed.
there and getting bitched out at hotels and shit.
$248 to be exact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
That's how much of a bitch it was.
To be exact, you gotta charge before.
Yeah. You know what's fucked up? When you get charged that fee from like a whack ass hotel, like a Motel 6.
Oh yeah.
Like you know that's like.
That way they really
That's when
fuck
it really
you.
sucks.
Yeah.
When they hit you with that.
Like you're like, come on, dog. Like who the fuck gives a fuck? Like it smells like meth in here already.
Like the
dude.
guy next door, the guy next door is all smoking crack in the fucking room too, you know?
Like that's so fucking like you're gonna give me some shit over here making it smell like weed. Like what the fuck, man? Yeah, man. Like, but you know, and then sometimes when all these websites, they try to give you a fucking good deal on saving trips on flights and shit. It's a bunch of bullshit. Just pay full price, y'all. Like, just pay what they ask, man. Like on some real shit. You try to be a bargain hunter and then you end up getting fucked out of shit. Hey, fool, this shit's still hot, fool. Come on.
Yeah, we're not going there yet.
Yeah, like he dumps it in there. No, it's just, I feel like Invader's the type of fool that like he'll just like fucking open it and just be like, "Oh yeah, fool." And then like he's like, "Whoa, I filled it all up, so you have to finish it, otherwise you're wasting my shit."
I do say that actually.
See, like it's like
I do say that.
That is fucked up, man. Think it's ready?
I went in hot.
Yeah, I saw that, man. Like your eyes.
Yeah, just like boom, like immediately.
Like when I be taking dabs this big, like I look like I just came out of a soccer game, you know?
Out of a soccer game.
Like, or a mean old Pornhub sash.
It's like so much oil in the bucket, it like takes a second for it to melt down. You're like, holy shit. The court doesn't know how to handle it. It's like I've never handled it like to burn off this much shit, you know?
You know when you start fading in and out of consciousness. It's been a good show, y'all. I'll see y'all next week. TV.
Oh my god.